All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. It's Wednesday. We Grow Wednesday. It's 1 o'clock Central Time, and this is May 27th, 2026. So let's get into it. We got so much to talk about. We took last Wednesday off, so this Wednesday we got so much. We're going to get into it. We'll be right back, guys. Let me play a little intro, a little song to get you warmed up and get you kind of understanding what's going on here. And we'll be right back after this intro. Let's grow.
Scrolling through the noise, stories hitting hard, cutting through the void. Big Uck pulling strings, poison in the feed. Well, they're selling us ain't what we need. Posting articles, lighting up the screen, common struggle shared, know what I mean. Time to wake 'em now, see the hidden game. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. Every soul gotta eat, fuel the fire inside. But the cause of twisting truth, trying to hide. Processed lies on shelves, stealing our health away. New tech coming fast, showing us a better way. Community talking, sharing what we find. Self-sustainable minds, leaving change behind. Digging in the dirt or digging for the truth. We grow Wednesday, hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday, plant it in the ground. Grow our own, break the chains, rise up strong. Knowledge in our veins where we belong. We grow, yeah, we grow. No more blind, no more fed their lies. Hands in the soil, fire in our eyes. From seed to strength, we're taking control. Empower the body, empower the soul. Wednesday rolls again, gather round the feet. Health and wellness news, planting every seed. Growing food ourselves, growing who we are. Better versions rise, shooting for the stars. Big Food's empire cracks. We won't bound time. We grow Wednesday. Hey, stop it on Wednesday. We grow Wednesday. Hey, stop and look around. We grow Wednesday. Time
and we're back. Both went from last week, and we are here ready to go. I got it's they still haven't fixed this, but on my side of the screen, if I put my mouse over us, the intro is still on the screen. But I don't think that's happening for everybody. It's just a unique experience that I get. It's wonderful.
I've had a few tech issues lately, obviously. I'm hoping that my sound is better now.
Try to get it. Try one more time.
Like that, maybe.
Maybe pull it away from your mouth a little bit. Maybe it's just too close to you.
Problem is it's not
That sounds a little
video
better.
adjustable, you
Oh,
know?
I see.
You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? Like it's not memory adjustable. Let's
Mm,
try.
that's better.
It's frustrating. I mean, if it's not good, it goes back. It's Amazon, so
Oh, I see. Well, then, yeah. There's something. I don't know. At this point, I feel like it's either Rumble doesn't like you or something else because you've tried a few mics, and I feel bad having you do that. But for some reason,
yeah.
something vibrational that I
So
can hear.
I mean, if you can't hear me well enough, then I need to switch
That's
to
better.
the. Okay, there it is. That's the problem. It's the angle. I wonder if it's. See, what I don't know is this is bone conduction. That should be the issue. I don't know if that's the mic.
Mm,
So if it's affecting the mic, then if it doesn't make enough, like if it doesn't make sufficient contact,
here's what we're gonna do, Tala. I'm just gonna show you by playing because there's a little bit of a delay. So if I just do this and then let's bring it up to where we are. Okay, that's playing. All right, because there's a little. So now I can. I'm gonna mute it, and then you say something, and then I'll unmute it.
something randomly,
Um, I'm gonna mute it, and then you say something, and then I'll unmute it.
something randomly.
Um, I'm gonna mute it, and
So let me,
just yeah. Sorry.
this is ridiculous. Let me duck out and come back and set it for the laptop like before.
Okay. Thank you.
Be back.
We'll get it. Yeah, you know what's nice is that she can just return it. I felt bad because I thought she was buying all these mics, but if she can, and that's still a little more work and it's still a little annoying, but that's pretty cool that she can just try a different one. So while she's doing that, while she's rotating out, let me get the door prize going here, guys. I got a bunch of stuff to show you, to talk about, a whole list of good stuff we're gonna get into. Let's see, who do we got here? Chris. We got Margaret. Hello, hello. We got Alice. Chris on the Rumble. Margaret again. And I think that's everybody. You know, I always enjoy Wednesdays because we get to take our time and look through some interesting stories like this, like here. I listed a few of them. I think a couple weeks ago we did end up talking about the over medicalization crisis that RFK Jr. is talking about. So we're going to skip that. I do not. Oh, there she is. I do not know if we listened to this lady talk about the dandelion tincture or not, because that's some good stuff we're going to talk about. And you're back. Say something. I heard. Maybe she can't hear me. Can you hear me? Can't hear me. You got it.
Couldn't for a minute.
Ah, there it goes. Everything sinks into place eventually.
I know, right? So what I'm not even sure last week when I switched it, if because like in the back of my head was, did I set the mic for the webcam or the laptop? I don't know what I did last week. I wasn't sure.
Sounds good right
But
now.
if this works, then all good because this is the
Yeah.
mic that's in the laptop. I just always have to make sure that my volume for my speaker on my laptop isn't too loud so that it feeds back to you. So
You should be able to use headphones just for the audio and not for the mic part. But
yeah, the problem I was running into was because these are Bluetooth, there's lag.
oh, so you weren't hearing it
So
right. Oh, I see.
yeah, we were dealing with a lot of lag that one week. I was like, I kept trying not to overtalk you. It was
Hmm.
really a struggle. So that's why I went with this, which if this does not work for me, is going back because I ain't paying a C note for something that won't work.
Right. It's
Yeah.
nice that you can do that, but it is kind of it's annoying. I'm sure to have to keep doing that.
Yeah.
Hopefully we can get one that
It
works.
was worth a
Uh,
try, but it's just like, why can't they, you know?
yeah, you heard what I heard, and I was like, I don't know what to tell you about that. It's
I
just a
know
lot
what
of
works.
vibrating.
I know what
Yeah.
works, shocks, but you know the price on those, right?
Have you tried these Steel Series? Steel Series, they come out with a whole bunch of different ones. This one was the special edition, like this like dragon on it and stuff like that. You don't have to
Problem
get
is they
this
gotta be
kind.
the lightweight, remember?
Too
I can't
heavy,
have
yeah.
stuff that crushes my
Well,
ears.
these don't feel too heavy, but they do kind of. They're
I've
like
tried so many.
earmuffs. They're earmuffs. They definitely
You know what it
cover
is,
your
and this
ears.
is a health related thing. It's the way my body handles collagen, remember the hypermobility?
Hmm.
So I always thought this was the fibromyalgia. It's not. You've cartilage in your ears.
Hmm.
So anything that presses on them, even a lightweight headband, if I wear it for too long, just something that's pushing on the tops of my ears, hurts. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's crazy.
I do have
So
I do have that sometimes with like a hat underneath the here, and I'm trying to, you know, it
yeah.
doesn't work. It doesn't work right. So it's kind of it
So yeah,
hurts.
that's why lightweight. This should work, but it ain't working for this, so I don't know.
That's okay. We'll figure it out. I mean, we should be able to like heck even some like iPod ear pods. Although I don't like those the way they go in your ear. They kind of hurt.
I'm thinking if I gotta find the cord for my podcasting mic because I need to do my podcasts anyway. Somehow I scrambled in bags from travel, but the cord for my podcasting mic because I had tried it with an external mic, but it wasn't working for that particular port. It was cutting out so that I couldn't hear you. If I can get that looped correctly, then that'll be fine, because I could get.
We're all
I don't
loopy
know. I
around
think they
here,
might.
Tala. Don't worry.
I think they might make this type with a cord. I'll have to
Uh,
look.
I do
We'll
like
see.
those. I like those style. Like I know it's and there's got to be one that would
You
work
barely
for
feel
this.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and
So,
I like the technology that goes through your bones structure versus
yeah.
your into your straight into your eardrum because I have ear problems. So honestly, I should probably move to something more like that. That would let
But they
damage my
also
ears
make these
less.
air conduction too. They also make these the regular air travel type, that
Oh, I see.
even ones that don't sit right in the ear. That's how good the tech is now. So it doesn't even have to be bone conduction. It's just that with bone conduction, you can add a decimal place on the price.
Mm.
So
And that
yeah,
might be where the disconnect is, where the issue with the microphone, because the bone conduction might just be a lot of extra reverb in the mic. Who knows? Hey,
that's my
Kat.
next experiment is one that's not bone conduction, and we'll see what that does.
Yeah, just a lightweight, maybe that
I have
just.
ideas. We're gonna find what works.
I like it. Well, today, everybody, I got a whole bunch of things to talk about. I put some on the list. I tried it a little differently. I thought, well, I'll at least go over here and just kind of scroll up some of the things that we're going to look at and put those on the title. But we typically get to way more than I can put in the title. I've had a couple people tell me, "Oh, your show might do better if you focus on a few of the topics and tell everyone that's what you're going to talk about." I'm like, that's like five stories that fits in the title. Like we go through way more than that, so
Yeah.
it's hard to do that. But they're not
No,
wrong
plus
because
when
some people,
we're like
yeah,
free form,
mm, I
able to
like it that
deviate.
way.
Yeah,
but they
that's
but
we've
but
got
they
good chemistry for that, so
I agree. I think they do have a point that I think some people would see the title like a week from now and say, oh, they're talking about these things. I want to hear about that. So I kind of went back and forth. So I did
maybe just
put a
add
few.
ampersand more in your
Right.
title.
Yeah, I did. I did add more and more. But at the same time, I think it's okay if I just look at the first few and write and put those in and like, okay, here's the first few we're going to get into. And
Yeah.
it's been a couple weeks since we went to my ex bookmarks, but I don't think we talked about. We listened to the lady with the dandelion tincture, how to make it and stuff. We're going to listen to this
Yeah, I don't think we did,
Southern
yeah.
gal. I'm going to start it off with that, guys. Comment below. I'll get you on the door prize as we listen to the J Cat from TikTok, 2000 something.
Brainwash, but
Oh, let
that's
me turn
okay.
this
If you
up.
watch enough videos like this and you see enough truth, we can pull you back out of it. It ain't got nothing to do with the money. It ain't got nothing to do with saving $2. That is not why homemade backyard medicine is made. It's made because we don't trust the people that have taken everything away from us in life and said, we can do it better for you. Why don't you take a break? They have
She's
sold
really
us
quiet.
convenience
Not
for a
sure if you can
price
hear it
that
at
we
all, but
cannot name. Let us teach your children. You don't need to do it. Let us grow your vegetables. You don't need to know how to do it. Let us harvest your livestock and your meat supply. You don't need to know how to do it. Let us tell you what the Bible says. You don't need to know how to read it. You don't need to know what it means. Let us can your vegetables and fruit and put them on a supermarket shelf and buy it so you ain't got to do the work. It's not about the work. It's not about the money. It is that they took so much knowledge from us, demonized medicinal knowledge. Do you remember the Salem witch trials? So that we wouldn't do it, so that we wouldn't know, so that we couldn't be healthy for pennies on the dollar. It's got nothing to do with the money or the convenience because this is hard. Gardening is hard.
they made us think that you were a witch if you knew like herbal medicine and like natural remedies and stuff. That's true. That's true.
Yep,
Canning is hard. Taking
absolutely.
care of animals is hard. But you know what? I don't have to depend on Walmart. I don't have to depend on Kroger, not for everything. We can at least take a little bit back, take a little bit of that knowledge back, a little bit of that power, a little bit of that independence. We have completely given up our independence and we count on Big Brother for our every need.
You got an adult today again, Kat? Yeah, I hate that, man. I hate that. You just don't want to. She says, "Yeah,
I
I
actually found I actually found us on Rumble without having to hunt this time.
I think they've been doing some improvements. Some
It was right at
improvements.
the top.
A few
Maybe it's
people.
just a matter of waiting a few minutes, I don't know.
Well, it's that, and it's also waiting a few weeks. Every time there's an issue that comes up, they address most of it, and I I don't I kind of shill for Rumble while I also complain about all the issues I come up with because the complaints and stuff actually go somewhere. Like I go and
Okay.
I'll comment on Chris Pavlovsky's Twitter or X post, and I'll see some of those things get fixed and stuff. It may not be everything I complain about, but it's kind of like our voices are being a little bit heard at least when you see enough people when they see enough people complain about something, I see it get fixed.
Interesting. We
Which
definitely don't have that on X.
right.
I said what I said.
Yeah, and that's true. And honestly, I liked X before because I thought, well, this is cool. Elon being the owner actually posting and actually responding to people, and it seemed like okay, that's going to be a little
Lasted
bit
about a
different.
year.
Right. That's a lot different than other sites, but then he kind of fell off. Although he's a busy guy, I can't imagine he could keep that up
I
very
know,
long.
but, I mean, it shouldn't have been just, "Ooh, the shiny new toy," and, "Wait,
Hmm.
what's that over there?" Okay, so, like, he made a lot of promises, and when you make promises to people, you're responsible for what you said. This was supposed to be way more than or free speech. They were
Hmm.
also supposed to get rid of the absolute hatred. I get that he's a free speech absolutist, he says. I love Elon, y'all, but there are problems right now. I do not believe that it's acceptable to say, "Oh, I'm a free speech absolutist, so you can be up here saying the N word and all kinds of stuff, and oh, all we're gonna do is put a little warning that says you have to open this," but it's still there. it's pornography, but we're gonna put a cover over it, so that's okay. I'm not on board with that. So
I still have yet to see any porn on X. It's crazy.
lucky
I don't
you.
spend a lot of time there. I guess maybe is my biggest
Well, yeah, that's the
issue.
thing. When you are running spaces and I'm a host, you have to vet accounts that want a
Oh,
mic,
right.
which means you got to
It's
open
nice
their
that you can.
profile.
I mean, I can't do that
Yeah.
really on the way I do things.
Yeah. But you got to open their profile and look at their posts.
Have I told you about the dongings, the great dongings of the past? I used to on Thursday night
Sure
show
now.
on People in the Boxes. We used to do it on StreamYard, which it's such a it's a long story, but basically, it took me a while getting everybody on board with StreamYard. Literally, a bunch of different big groups of people, communities on X that started using it all about like after I started using it, and other people were using it before me, of course. But then everybody got over on board, and there was a bunch of people at the time going, "Oh, I can't do that. A link, and I have to do this and that. Can't you just pull me up on the screen?" Nope. And now here I go. I moved to to Rumble, and of course everyone's saying the same thing. Ah, what? I got a link, and it's like you just use Stream. You've been using StreamYard for years. But anyway, back then the thing was we'd put the link out and anyone could come up on screen, and it's still that way. I just don't I don't push it that much because not nearly as many people are going to take the time to go download Rumble on the spot and to come up. So anyway, my point is back then people could just click the link and come up, and at least twice we had somebody come up just to give us a little just give us a little taste of the grub worm. Just to give us a little show. Just a little. Just give it. Yeah, there's been a couple. One of them, I swear, I think it was I think it was a troll pointing their camera at a screen playing pornography, and I don't think it was them because there's reasons. But anyway, it happened.
Yeah.
It happened a couple times in the past. But then I had to you wait a little bit for them in the backstage to see what their camera looks like instead of a loading screen. Oh, I can't come. Oh, I'll just pull them right up. Nope, don't do that anymore. It's not a thing.
I mean, to me, the problem is that it is allowed on the platform.
Yeah.
All you're required to do, from what I've seen, is you have to put something in your bio that says, that it's adult. What they use is it's weird, the /18, I guess, I don't know, that seems backwards. It sounds like you're saying nobody who's 18, but that's what it means, is
Right.
no one under 18. And then, you're actually supposed to put your settings so that it says that your content is not for minors.
See, I don't know how to do that, but I would, and I'm totally fine with that. YouTube started doing this where I go live on my phone, and maybe they've been doing that for a while and I didn't know it, but I'd go live on the phone and it says like a checkbox, like I can choose right then if it's 18 or over. And I mean,
Oh,
they have
yeah,
me flagged as 18 and over already, but then there's no
yeah.
options as it comes
Well,
up everywhere. Anyway.
on TikTok, that means something else, kind of like, or on YouTube, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
YouTube.
on one of those,
Oh, hey, Colin.
it's not that you're saying, um, I would prefer to only have adults. If you check the box, I forget exactly what it says. It's, my content is not does it say not for adults?
I
Not for
think it
children?
specifically goes 18 and over.
Yeah, it doesn't actually word it that way, but it's basically,
Hey,
if you
Leslie.
check mark that it's family friendly, you'll reduce your reach massively, and you don't want that. See, like, I don't have adult content like that under any circumstances,
Sure.
but I mark it so that it does not say that it's for children,
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not trying to reduce my reach. It's just normal content.
Do
So
you
for
think there should
children
be
means you're gonna be super careful.
right? Do you think there should be like layers to adult content.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
how that's
God,
how
yes.
movies are, right? You have PG-13, you have rated R, then you have X, you have triple X.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there's multiple different.
They
Yeah.
you know, I feel like, okay, y'all wanna do pornography on X, how about we have, XXX? Have a separate app.
Yes, X. It would be X. Not
Triple
squared.
XX.
What do
Over
you call
there.
it when it's three? When it's three
Get it
times
off the.
tri X.
And
No,
they were some of them rely on shock value, like, we've got one that keeps coming
yeah.
into the spaces with my friend who's most definitely on the platform to preach the gospel, whether he's particularly doing that day or not. It's his prominent lifestyle. He's there to share the word and what that means in his life. And his guy comes in and I'm telling him, dude, have you blocked him yet? Because he doesn't notice.
Mhm.
We're the co-hosts. I'm like, you need to block that guy because it's not okay for him to even be down there throwing emojis because people are going to open his profile. And trust me, you don't want to see what I saw. Okay. I'm like, the co-hosts are taking bullets here. Can you get rid of him?
Just hot candle wax everywhere. Don't no one. You don't want to go in there. Uh, hey, have a good day,
That would have
Cullen.
been preferable. Yeah.
Cullen, come over to Rumble first. Come over, say hi to Rumble.
Fun with
Okay.
internet.
I'm on locals
There's weird
post.
and then
Hi,
there's
Leslie.
ew.
Let's see. Yeah, I had another long show yesterday, guys. I did do a spin. It was Cat one yesterday. And Leslie, I'll get you a number. You're going to be number 12. All right, let's get into some. Let's get into the next one here. The lady with the dandelion tincture. I thought she was going to tell us how to make it, but
I know, right?
it was more about like kind of the same thing I say. Like, yeah, and I like her a couple of points she said that was about it's not about saving a couple of dollars because you might think to yourself, I don't need to save that. I got the extra couple bucks. I'm fine. It's not about saving the money, and it's not about um, what was the other thing she said? It wasn't about like anyway. It's about taking that ability back into our own like homes, into our own sovereignty,
Yeah.
our abilities and our knowledge of what goes into our bodies. Outsourcing so many things has led us to just not knowing. Like me, like I know that I don't know, and it annoys me, but I still have to go to the store and buy things that I just don't know how to, But I know that
Yeah.
those things probably aren't good, and I'm probably better off making it myself. And it's like this vicious cycle that we may not be able to fix within our own generations individually, but getting going towards that direction and pushing our children towards that direction at a younger age, I think is the key to like reverse this whole thing. Um,
Yeah.
this,
And I wish that I had the wherewithal to consistently garden. The problem is how hot it gets here and I don't have anyone that I can rely on if I have to
right?
go somewhere for a couple days. He's out driving all week. Um, we had an acquaintance that was supposed to be helping out because we help them when they need stuff. And I had one time that they completely dropped the ball. It was, I called to check how the cats were and oh, I didn't go over there last night. Excuse me? They need food.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I'm asking.
Just I didn't
So
feel like feeding them. I was having a rough
right,
oh, well, gosh, I guess they can put their mealtime on hold for 24 hours. So if you can't rely on people for that or checking on the garden, I had a drip system set up, but a connection popped and it poured a bunch of water when the timer went through.
oh
So that would
nice.
have been caught if they had showed up. But no,
So I
it's
think part of that there's obviously a lot of variables here, but part of it is that once again families getting back to living in communities and bigger families. We have gotten so privileged and I guess spoiled to the idea that, and no offense, Tala, because we're both kind of in a similar boat where we don't live with our extended family. I
yeah,
don't have. I don't have like I've had children out of wedlock. I've had situations where it's just not that classic nuclear family where
Yeah.
you rely on each other, but not just rely on each other, but you rely on the youth to like help you
Yeah.
out, and pop and
That
grandma are
family's
still in
80
the
miles
house.
away.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like all those things are and I don't, it's not to say that you shouldn't be able to go off and live on your own somewhere, but
I
we have
prefer to be close
convenience.
to them.
Right. The conveniences have caused us to cut ourselves off more or less from people who should care about us the most, and also cause a lot of rifts between each other because we're so far away from each other. We're not helping each other out. So we think we all, like family goes, you have that whole mentality of, well, they don't call me, so I'm not calling them. Well, it goes both ways. Well, which one should call first? All right. Well, hey, if you're if you're across the holler from them and you're just like, hey, I need some help on this, whatever. Like, there's a big difference between those, and
Yeah, and
again,
it's more than an inconvenience or an aggravation. When my health crashed, I was
mm,
even farther. It's about 100 miles out in Banning, okay? And so I didn't have anyone to help me when I couldn't walk. So he had to make sure before he left for work, thank goodness he wasn't over the road at the time.
your friend
Um,
Joanne is here.
he had to make sure that there was, snacks in a cooler within reach, that kind of thing. And he was having to do everything for himself, for me, and that level of disability, that's exactly why it's important to have a support network, which is more than just, people think now about a support network as, oh, I have people I can talk to. No, I mean a support network. Like, I
Right.
can't walk. Mom, can you come over and do laundry for me? You know, niece, can you come weed the garden? That's support.
Physical support,
We're talking
yeah.
about real life serious stuff. So yeah, it's like now I've been to rock bottom. I have.
Hmm. It's
It
not
was
fun
it
by
was a
yourself,
terrible year. This
for
was the
sure.
20-year anniversary of that year of my life. Yeah.
Can't stay long. Okay, she's got a skin cancer treatment today. Well, I hope it goes
Mm.
well, Rose. um, yeah. So your friend Joanne Pham, or Joan, maybe, am I saying that wrong? She said thanks for the invite, Tala.
Joanne, let's go Rice
Saying that right?
Girl.
Okay. All right. So this next one is,
Joanne was head of Perry Girls in Periscope. She had
oh,
the largest women's live streaming group anywhere,
wow.
internationally. Yeah.
That sounds like a good time. It kind of reminds me. It's funny that when I talk to people who did live streaming way before me, it really this reference going to go over everyone's heads, but like it reminds me of the good old days of World of Warcraft when I had these guilds and all these people that I knew, and we all like would know each other and connect when we to get together for this certain thing, and it's something happening, a big raid going down, and it was just this network of people you met, you knew, and it feels like a whole nother lifetime, and it
Yeah.
kind of reminds me of that with a lot of the nostalgic talk. But I don't want
Yeah, it
to
was a
go.
while ago.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was, I joined Periscope just before the first anniversary, so it was in 2016. Because I remember the first anniversary, and Joanne was one of the people that got me into. I was just there to listen initially. Greg was the first broadcast I went into, was Greg Lopez, because I opened the map and went, "There's someone in Hawaii." I'm all, dude's in the water.
So there you go. You met someone from across the
Yeah.
world. Yeah.
And I
Speaking of,
met Joanne through him and pretty much
okay,
everybody. Yeah. Yeah.
the Greg connection, the
Yeah.
G-Lo Connect. I haven't seen Greg in a little while. Hope he's doing well.
He's
Um,
popped on randomly and clicked like on a couple of my posts. It's
oh,
like
must be busy.
he's probably met more people face to face than most of us. Like, I've between Twitter and Periscope, I figured out over the years at least 50, and I think he's over 100. Like, he's
Oh,
met a lot of people. Yeah.
Leslie, was this your? So Leslie has had one or two grandkids get in like severely disabled in a car accident and finally got back to herself. And then he just said he loaned a car to his daughter-in-law and it got smashed. Like, what is going on down there in Arkansas with cars?
That's bad.
Yeah. Speaking of bad, though, this next story is going to disturb a lot of you, so be prepared. I'm going
So you're
to
brainwashed,
wa-
but that's okay. If you watch enough videos.
watch it here.
Sleeping?
It's just the tea witch lady.
Ask me why.
Yeah.
Because we don't have a
Okay,
husband
hold
to be
on.
fighting with. It is because of
She
that.
says, "Why
You
am I
learned
sleeping
that
on the
sleeping
couch?" Is what
on our
what the
couch.
mystery is
Ask
here.
me why.
I can guess.
Have a husband to be fighting with. It is because of that. A sleep number bed. When I moved recently, I discovered
number.
something while resetting up my bed. To the naked eye, everything looks perfect. There's not a single stain on the mattress itself. This was a really big selling feature to me because it's really cool how you can take apart the bed. This is the underside of the mattress. That's the top side. This is the underside. So again, completely clean. Underneath that top layer is your foam piece. Again, looks perfectly normal. You want to show them why we're sleeping on the couch? When you lift
Dun, dun,
the
dun,
foam.
dun, 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 dun.
What?
I believe that's mold.
Ah!
In 2005, Sleep Number had complaints about mold.
Says historical lawsuits against Sleep Number, formerly Select Comfort. Select Comfort was the name. Alleged that certain mattresses developed mold, particularly in
Oh.
models sold before 2005, while complaints surfaced about mold growth in air chambers and foam, and company introduced antimicrobial treatments in 2005, stating that there were zero confirmed mold cases in beds sold after the Reformation.
Mold growing
Formulation.
in beds. How does a mattress grow mold? Let me tell you. Don't touch my dog. Sleep Number essentially
touch my dog.
is just a glorified air mattress. So you get two separate air chambers.
Did you guys know
They're
this? It was just an air mattress in
to the
there.
hose. Oh, look, is that more mold?
I
Awesome.
think I saw that a while back. I think I remember hearing that.
Overpriced when I bought it back in 2012. The problem is the
Which
hoses
wouldn't be good for me.
can leak air. When air leaks, it causes moisture. When that moisture has nowhere to go, it causes mold. Mold of which I have been sleeping on for God only knows how long. It's also very interesting that there is not a single stain on either of the actual air chambers itself, but there is significant mold on the protective layer that goes between the air chamber and what is now the moldy piece of foam. There's the actual moisture inside the hose. All these little white spots or gray spots that you see, that's all mold. Like this is what they're standing behind. Look at that. That's insane to me.
This is a Sleep Number, Leslie. This isn't no Temu bed.
Well,
it's the real deal.
Called Sleep Number to tell them about the situation, to
said.
ask what their solution is. Number one, I got told I was a liar, and that's not possible. It's not possible for my bed to have mold in it because it's after 2005. I'm sorry, ma'am. Are you looking at my mattress right now? Because I am. Then the solution was, for $575, we can send you a new piece of foam. Sleep Number, patent foam. I can go up to Home Depot and get a piece of foam. It doesn't fix the problem that my bed has been leaking air, which is causing moisture, which is creating mold. Replacing the foam is not going to fix that problem. So I told Raina, that was her name, that was the girl's name that I spoke to. I told Raina that she can keep her $600 piece of foam.
That's really good points. I do this too when I get upset.
I did, and I bought a new bed. Because now that I know it's under there ain't no way in hell I am sleeping on that bed. I'm sorry, no. So basically now, Sleep Number, you've got two solutions because we already know how social media works. We already know what's about to happen here. So you can either do one of two things. You can reimburse me for the bed that I just bought, and I will take this video down. I will take it down.
$6,000.
And it's going to be about the equivalent of $6,000. I had to buy a new mattress, new frame, new sheets, new bed protector, all the things. I had to replace everything. If you don't want to contact me and stand behind your brand and stand behind your product 200% like any other luxury brand would do, Then,
Go,
if
Queen.
your name is Morgan
You
and
slay
Morgan,
'em.
please contact me. I would love to talk to you about what we can do, because this is not okay. Also, from a consumer standpoint, be very, very, very cautious before you buy a Sleep Number bed or any competitor style Sleep Number bed that would have an air chamber to fluctuate on either side, because if it can happen to this bed, it can happen to any bed. I'd also just like to say, for the record, I do not like making videos like this. I don't. But when a
You're
brand,
not bad at
especially
it.
one that
You're
sells
just
themselves as
I
luxury,
mean,
stand behind the
yeah.
product, and it could essentially affect
use that shit.
that is when I have a problem with
Hey,
it,
it's
because you didn't
effective.
even try to fix the problem. You tried to fix the surface level problem by selling me a piece of foam for $575. You didn't even offer to give me
$600 piece
any
of
sort of
foam.
credit towards buying a new bed to really fix the problem. Your solution was, for $575, we'll send you a new piece of foam. Not even worried that this could probably happen again, because it's the same air chamber, it's the same tubing, it's the same everything else. Then that just makes me think, are people's children sleeping on a Sleep Number bed and this is happening to their bed? Are people's
Whose
elderly
kids get a
grandparents and
Sleep Number
parents sleeping
bed?
on beds like this? Like, not cool, Sleep Number. Not cool. Stand behind your product. Stand behind your brand. Do the right thing. And to everybody out here watching this, you know what to do. Let's go ahead and tag Sleep Number. Let's get their attention.
Okay, so
Videos like
Facts. This is what I do. This is what Twitter is good for, in fact.
I want to
you
see
see enough
if
proof.
Sleep Number was tagged.
Yeah. Probably because people get fed
So
up with this
her name
bad
is
business.
at Big Sister Era on TikTok. If you guys want to go
Damn.
find her,
Or is that
Shannon.
hers?
Her name's Shannon. That's hers.
Okay, that's hers.
Not
Okay.
this guy. This guy who reshared it was
Ah, okay.
MU. I don't know.
See, I got fed up with Sprint giving me the runaround on a very important issue one time, and I did this. And I had already learned that, like most businesses, they're on TikTok or are on X, and even if you don't tag them, they have stuff that will pull up. Like I mentioned, Verizon. Boom, they're there.
Yeah.
So I tagged Sprint though because I was mad, and they were trying to rip us off. So
They ripped me
when you
off.
call them, they give you like this whole phone tree thing, and then you get the flunky who's probably in India who has no clue.
Mhm.
And to escalate, you have to get angry. This is what I discovered.
Yeah.
You actually have to get angry repetitively.
Which is sad because I don't like doing that. I've never
No,
liked
I
it.
don't either. But I'm capable and willing
Right.
because I found that I actually had to yell at people and say, "Get me your supervisor."
Like we can
And then
develop
I had
that,
to get the
that ability.
supervisor's supervisor, right?
Yeah, like that. Who's your supervisor?
Yeah. Yeah. And I wasn't even talking to the first supervisor. I was always like, nope, I want your boss. So,
Especially on something health related. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
you think that would
yeah.
you would think just
Well,
maybe I'm splitting hairs, but you would think that
this
would
was the
that's
next worst thing, financial. You know,
right.
they were trying to rip us off, like I said. So when they showed up, they were like, please send us a DM like they always do. And I said, nope, I'm good right here in public, in front of everyone. And they kept trying to get me to go to DM, and I knew what would happen. They would pull the whole routine of having me talk to someone in India who doesn't have a clue. And I said, no. And I dragged that out for probably 20 minutes. And I said, I don't want to talk to another bottom of the food chain person who's going to tell me, oh, well, we'll look into it. I said, when you can tell me that you will get a supervisor of a much higher level, then I will give you my contact in DM. And they tried. They really tried. So what happened was, because my friends saw it, they started piling on and making comments. Yeah, what is your problem? Why can't you fix this? Right now, they see the bad publicity. So they finally told me a supervisor, here's the contact, and I was like, okay, thank you.
And it's like they really have to put like it's like really pulling teeth for most of these places. It's just so annoying.
And it shouldn't be for my money.
Right.
What it was is they lost a phone that we returned And it was in their warehouse, and they were accusing us of not sending it. And it was sitting there the whole time, and they wanted to charge us hundreds of dollars. Now it would be thousands these days. But, we didn't have that money, and we shouldn't have to because we sent the phone back. They had it. When they finally found it, we barely got an apology for the accusation, you know? Yeah.
Like, well, I didn't accuse you to a cop. Like, well, no, but accusation's an accusation.
Mhm.
All right. So this next one is a little more fun and a lot more useful and more
Less
interesting.
gross.
Way less gross, but some gross. Some gross. Next one
Just
has a
enough
little,
gross.
just enough because you all know I love to repurpose materials, and I think it's really cool when people can bring something back to life. And so this is shared from Be Awake. He really, so I don't know who the guy is in the video. I like to preface all that because I don't like just throwing credit at everybody. It's like clearly they found the video from someone else. Just like this whole lane, and you know what? Might piss some people off. I'm not, no offense, but I don't watch those videos where someone's just sitting next to another video reacting to it.
I
Like
hate those.
how low of fruit content can you be? And like some of them get like crazy amounts of views. Like I don't get
I
it,
hate
but
'em.
anyway, moving on to
There's
this
only one
topic.
person that I like their videos like that, and she makes me laugh so hard, I'm crying by the time I watch a few of them. And it's someone that I follow on Instagram, and it's the way that she reads the comments that are reactions to whatever video she has
Okay,
played a clip of. It's the way that she reads them and laughs. She has me in stitches. That's the only one that I find funny. What I hate is the one that there's one on TikTok where all she does the whole time she's playing the videos side by side is she sits there laughing,
just
but she's
laughing.
muted.
Ah,
She's muted. I hate that one. It's
mm.
like,
And she's super
I wanna
popular
go,
for
"Get off
whatever
my
reason.
screen."
Yeah. Anyway, that's I don't I kind of sound like a hater, but it's just not my thing. Anyway, it might be your all's thing, but not my thing. Check out this. This is kind of my thing.
That's beat
I
up.
would throw this away. It's actually in really good condition other than the colors. And it's Ethan Allen. We brought her home. Let's save this
Ethan
thing from the
Allen.
landfill. Before we get started, let's change into our suit. All right, let's get started. First step, let's get rid of all these colors, but don't forget, always wear protection.
He doesn't have his name or any like he needs a, like this guy's he did some
And a
editing work and
watermark.
stuff. He needs something.
Especially when using
He
chemicals.
used a
All right, we got
Vine
our
technique
protection, we got
there.
our stripper. Let's apply it on the wood.
Oh,
Pour
there's a
into
stripper
generous amount.
involved. Where is she?
It's been about 10 minutes.
It's
Let's
a
see it.
stripper video.
Oh,
That
ooh, look at that!
is
Some
next.
family,
Next, let's take some
10 years of
acetone.
family gunk.
And there's the
Oh,
gross.
looks pretty good, right? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Hopefully the
that's
sander
right.
works. I'm gonna use 120 grit. This is
No
how I
mask.
feel about that wood. As you can see, the
Later, Chris.
color stained the wood so bad. Let's see if we can make it look any better. Ooh, it looks better. Next, let's go sand the bottom because we are gonna be painting. All right, it's prime time. While that's drying, let's go pick out some paint. So many colors to choose from. Then we spotted the oops section. We got a gallon for 10 bucks. It's usually 55. All right, we're back. Let's see how this paint looks. It's looking pretty good, but what's that noise? Oh, that's just Phil on the tractor.
Hey, Phil.
Yep, he's just hard at it. Let's put on one more coat. All right, now for the moment of truth. Can we hide all of that stuff? I have some brown paint here. I put some water in there and mixed it up. Let's see what we can do. We'll just take our brush in here, just go over like so. Looks bad now, but I'm pretty sure once we wipe it off, it'll look a lot better.
The water,
Hopefully
I guess,
this hides all
helps
of our
spread it
blemishes.
out more.
Not gonna lie, I was so surprised with the end result. Then we'll take a slightly damp towel and just wipe off the excess. Oh, dude, I did not think that was gonna look good. You just gotta make sure you wipe it off to where it looks even. All right, there's a few spots that look a little lighter, so I'm gonna try and do a trick here. I'm gonna take my towel, dip it in, and go over those lighter spots. See that? Boom. Next step, let's put on a clear coat. All right, I'm gonna put on a few more coats and we'll see you at the before. And here's before on the side of the road. This thing is absolutely disgusting.
Yum.
It's definitely headed to the dump and the top does not look the best.
There's the
And here's
before.
the after. And
Oh.
man, I absolutely love how this turned out. The color combination is elite. and the top turned out way better than I expected. I definitely like how it looks. Here's the before again. Yeah,
Oh,
very bad. And here's the after. Let me know how much you think it's worth. Either
That's
way,
nice.
appreciate you
I
watching.
like that he
Don't
two-toned
forget,
it.
don't be wasteful.
don't forget,
That's
don't be
pretty.
wasteful. I don't know who you are, my dude. I would throw you
Yeah,
the
why is there no water? Well, here's the question. Maybe
was it
here's what
removed?
happens. They may have, cropped it out.
Mm-hmm.
We're
Mm-hmm.
having this problem on X too. So,
That's I don't for no reason, and I know I don't think my content's so wonderful that people are going to steal it, but people could steal it, and people do steal a lot of content. So I put hashtag WTIF right in the pictures as much as I can, even though you can probably just take that out. But hey, let's do
well,
make it a
plus
little bit
you're
more difficult.
branded on your head, so you've got your hat on.
Yeah, but there is a problem with that. Is that there is a website called the Indoor Farmer. It's the only other thing I found. Yeah.
You know, like I said, the name that someone came up with for me that I used as my brand for a few years, someone who's in the same field. Yeah. So I couldn't continue to use it because they purchased a website and all that. I'm like, this is not random. This was vindictive. This was it was too unusual and too coincidental that they're in the same. Yeah.
Joe Orzel, are you still here? I see that you have the subscriber badge on the Facebook side. I'll get you a number if you want. He also said he hasn't gotten his winnings yet from 34 mongrels. I don't know, Joe. They sent them out. Everybody else got them, or at least a few other people got them. Um, this should be any day. All right. I think I just need to add Leslie on here, number 12. So once an episode about midway through, I do a number spin, and the number wheel it comes from my subscribers. And typically, if you are subscribed on Locals, all you have to do is comment on a post that is subscriber only, and it makes it real easy for me to keep track of people and who's subscribed. And also, you don't have to be here to win. You just comment there one time a week, the number, and 4 chances to win.
Still
Okay.
having to remind myself. Oh yeah, YouTube.
Oh, you are Joe. I see you, Joe. You want me to give you a number, my friend? Let's put you at number 13, unless I already put you on in here. Say again, Tala. What'd you say?
Oh, I keep having to remind myself to go to the YouTube. I always forget about YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, I don't rush over there either, but sometimes I go over there. Oh, that's a video we can't play the copyright of. That too. I think I'm in here somewhere. Nope, that's the Ninja Turtles VR game I've been playing. Here, we'll just go to my channel real quick and hit the button. Rush over there either. Hit the like. Oh, hey, we got a couple likes on the YouTube.
I still think it's a shame there's no way to just repost on YouTube.
I'll just, we'll do it, but I don't love YouTube, but we can try to work. YouTube supposedly has lightened up a little bit on their restrictions because they know they're going to lose everybody if they don't.
Yeah.
That's the word on the street anyway. So I don't know. So Joe, we're going to make you number 13. We put you
Some of
on
the
here.
platforms are making some major mistakes. I mean, here's the rundown condensed version of the problem on X. Nikita decided he was going to go after the large creators who are stealing content. But the problem is the rule is about as transparent as mud. And what we finally deduced and got out of him was, some kind of answer is um, whoever's the first one to post it on that platform, then
Mhm.
they have the rights to the monetization. So in other words, I'm on X, but I post something on TikTok and I don't post it on X. Someone can go grab my TikTok and post it on X and they get paid for it. And there's nothing I can
and
do
they
about it.
and they do, and I see it happen all the time. Now, I also that's such a sticky situation because the other side of that is that how else do you? It's a different platform. How you can't share it? You can't share their. I mean, you might be able to, but
Proper credit. If I want that
right,
video on X, I will post it there.
right,
I don't post everything on all platforms. My videos and messages are designed for the platform. If I
and
want it
so
for all of them, I'll design it that way.
sure. So say
So
I'm like your number one fan of the Tala fan club, and I'm like, I really want to post this on my Minds account,
you go
minds.com.
see if it's on that platform and you repost it with proper credit.
Right. Well,
That's how
definitely
it's
the credit
designed.
for sure. Like I give people a little bit more leeway if I at least see them say this
One.
came from so and so or whatever. That's like leaps and bounds above and beyond what people do for the most part, where they just
This is
post it
why
like
most
it's
of my
their own.
content is me talking to people in my face, because like people don't want to steal this kind of content. But what if I want to do one that's, my video in the mountains? So, and you can start off by, saying something at the beginning and then you're on there and you can put your watermark or whatever. They'll remove whatever they want to remove,
Hmm.
you know.
They can
So
easily
it's
do that now.
it's a problem. It's a
Now
problem.
there's even apps that can remove watermarks for you,
Yeah, that's exactly right.
and they just make
And
it fuzzy.
if you were removing it from your own, because it used to be that TikTok had it all over there and it was annoying and we didn't want that there and they wouldn't for a while they wouldn't let us remove it. Now it's not all over there, it's a choice. That's for your own stuff, you should be able to remove it. So that's why that was invented originally. But like everything else in tech, it gets abused. So, but yeah, I
Congrats,
mean,
Alice.
if somebody wants to, like, how hard is it? Let's say somebody sees it and goes, "Hey, I like that. I'd like to see that on X." Maybe approach me on TikTok and say, "Did you post it on X by any chance? Because I'd like to share it." Like, how hard is that? I might even go, "Hey, I'll go post it right now, and then you can share it."
Yeah, ask for permission.
Yeah, because just giving credit, that's not sufficient in my opinion. Because I didn't post it on X. I posted it on TikTok. You want to go make money off of it and tell people, "Oh, hey, by the way, I got it from so and so, but I'm getting paid." No,
And
no.
it's so funny because they want you to think, and I'm so conflicted on this too because they want you to think that there's a solid way to go to like aggregate your content and say, okay, what worked, what didn't, do more of this and keep doing more of that, and you end up finding and you end up exploding. Well, no. I don't get it because there's all these big accounts, like you said before. There's big accounts on Facebook I know of, people, friends of mine, who just share somebody else's stuff as their own and
Aggregation.
they get this
Yeah.
crazy boom. But that person who originally shared it didn't get that boom. It's because they already had the reach, and that makes it more exciting. It's like so there's a
They
difference
just
between.
demonetized Massimo. He was a huge account. He's got 4 million, right? Now, I'm calling him out by name because that mofo blocked me. Do you know what that does to you when someone with 4 million followers blocks people?
I don't know.
Well, I'm calling him out by name. Massimo is a jerk. Okay? He blocked a whole bunch of people simply because we made some kind of post that said everyone should create their own content. He is weaponizing the block feature. So, yeah, I'm actually calling him out by name because that is wrong. So, I blocked him back. A lot of us did.
Yeah,
I
because he
never
could just
engaged with
unblock
him.
you
I
and
never
reblock you.
followed him. I never talked to him. I didn't do anything to him, but he saw people posting about you should create your own content and had a little whiny fit and went, "I'm going to block everybody." That hurts the reach of the small account that you did that to.
Hmm,
That's not okay. So that's
interesting.
what they need to address, not just demonetize him. How about kick him off the platform? I said it.
Hmm. You think with that many followers, like a lot of them are bots, but you don't.
They are.
And the
They are.
bot purges should be like the bot purge. I saw I was affected a couple times where I was like, this had to be a bot purge. There's no way 30 of my followers all decided they didn't like me at the same time. Like that's not typical. A few unfollows or whatever. That's
How
probably a few
about make it
people.
so that no one is allowed to have a profile picture that's Elon Musk's face? Just
Yeah,
automatically, boom,
yeah.
blitzed. How about make it so that if it says Elon Musk or any variation of that, boom, you can't have that name.
That's
That'd get rid of a lot
That's
of bots.
that's a lot of them right there. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
funny.
he's the owner of the platform. Are you gonna tell me you can't? I know you can. In BBS days, we were able to block certain names. Come on, it's
Yeah,
2026.
yeah. And you
So
could
we're
block
just
they could
screwing
block names
around.
in video games. You can't have this name or that name.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So back to the list here. This is another one. I didn't post this in the title. It's a little bit spicy. The person posting it is like for people who say they got the jab and they're fine. So
Okay.
this is basically a little compilation of uh, revelations or ex, ex, expose or the exposing
Jose?
of information on COVID and the shot and everything, the COVID vaccine. So let's hear what they have to say.
Yeah.
It's everything that's sort of been exposed since COVID.
Creates a
So okay, that sounds like music we don't need to play. So let me just mute that. Turn it way down because the guy does start talking, but maybe we just read the subtitles here. I'm fine.
protein in your body that can cause adverse reactions, including nervous system disorders, cancers, and worst of all, myocarditis that can lead to
Okay, so this says public comments on the Orange County Board of County Commissioners meeting.
sudden death. So you might be thinking, those adverse reaction people are crazy. I got the shot, nothing bad happened to me. I'll give you 5 reasons why that is. First, you have no idea where the tip of that needle is when they push that plunger. If it's in a vein or a capillary bed, those particles will rapidly spread to your heart and to your brain, increasing your chances of neurologic and cardiac symptoms. Secondly, you have no idea how many particles are in that syringe. It could vary tenfold based on how it was prepared. And the more particles you get, the greater the chance of an adverse reaction. So maybe you just got lucky. Third, there is polyethylene glycol in the shot that keeps the particles from sticking together. If it degrades, and it does, you could get injected with coagulating goo that can cause a deadly stroke or a heart attack within minutes or hours. Fourth, the mRNA that's in the shot can degrade also, so it won't even make the spike protein at all, lessening your chance of an.
Do you think they muted that on purpose, or was that just a little glitch right there? What was the thing they said? The what in the shot? The
Well, the
anonymity?
thing is,
We're
a lot of
still
people still, even now, don't realize that this vaccine, it's really gene editing, we know this, but it wasn't new for COVID. It was shelved because it was for SARS, which is what that is. They
it's
pulled
recycled.
the old research, the old product that had been nixed because it killed both animals and human participants originally. They pulled that out and started fiddling with it because the virus itself had been fiddled with and just updated. They
Hmm.
knew it was a problem back then.
This was in the
So
20s, wasn't it? 1920s. Was this
I don't
like
think
the
it was that
Spanish
far back.
flu, or
No.
maybe there was a different
No,
SARS?
no.
Maybe it
I
was
mean, that was a
something recent.
version, but no, the vaccine,
I
no,
see.
it was much later. Yeah.
I see. So there's another
Yeah.
minute left of this. Let's see what he says.
Yeah.
Adverse reaction. Fifth,
Not a
the
minute.
more acidic your body is, the more spike proteins you will make, and that will increase the chance of an adverse reaction. So maybe you got lucky again, and your body, due to your diet or medications, was less acidic, and you made less spike proteins. But you can only be lucky for so long. The effects of this shot are cumulative. So my advice is to never, ever get one of these shots again. And if you did get
Wow.
one, get your D-dimer levels checked for microclotting and troponin checked for myocarditis. These problems can be asymptomatic and
Conan?
result in chronic disease or death in 2 to 5 years if you don't do something about it.
Wow, sounds pretty doom and gloom. Um, I don't know
So
who
it was
this guy is, but
2003,
okay,
2003 and 2004, and
okay.
it was such a disaster they shelved it. They weren't gonna use it.
Joe says, did she get batch one, two, or three? Three will be eliminated. Will eliminate you eventually. Two is slower death. One is saline solution. Well, okay.
I thought it was also, the boosters, like, the more
That too.
boosters you got, the worse it was.
That and what he said makes a lot of sense. Where it depends on how they're like how you got it, how far into like where in your body it's being pushed, and like how close to the bloodstream going straight to your brain. I mean,
I was
many
pretty, I
factors.
was pretty upset when I found out that both my brother and my niece got it, but I mean, I understand the situation, like, she's working, she was in college. My brother, he's job sites, also in and out of the hospital for chemotherapy at the time, um, and he does ham radio, communications for disaster and events, and he works the Grammys every year. They were requiring it, and he got tired of answering the question. And I mean, when he first told me that, he got tired of telling people, no, I was like, ugh, and he mentioned the Grammys, and I was like, oh, God. But like, I thought he only did the initial one, but he actually had one booster. So far, they seem okay. Thank God. Yeah.
Thanks for hanging out. Leslie said he's busy working, but hanging out with us. So Joe, yeah, he's got a lot to say on this one. My sister Inlay is a home nurse and had 12 boosters. Got uh, COVID 13 times. Jeez, just
Every time
chasing the
she got
dragon.
she got from the hospital, she got to the point she couldn't even. Good Lord, Lila Rose, that is terrible.
Oh, she said, what did she say? My mill got a total of 8. Got sick and went to the hospital from the first one. Every time she got one, she ended up in the hospital. Oh wow,
Got
she couldn't even walk.
Freeman and Joe got COVID 13 times. I can't like. I've had it 3 times. That was enough.
That sounds
But
like a
see,
lot to
I'm not
me.
vaccinated
3.
for it.
Yeah.
Now you get
Well,
12
you're also
boosters.
immunocompromised, which makes sense that you've got it.
Yeah, yeah. 12 boosters means 13 injections because the first one. So they've had COVID as many times as they've had the shot. They
Wow. It's like where are you at?
and
You might
yeah, I
want to
mean, I don't
move.
have a normal immune system, so that was one of my reasons for saying I don't think so. Um, but I'm so glad that I'm that conservative about it because imagine what that would have done to me. Because yeah, I mean, it's far more dangerous for people with autoimmune disease, as is the virus as well. But it's just by the time it came around, I had spent 2 intensive years training for Yosemite, and I didn't have a sniffle for 2 solid years. So my immune system was a lot more capable of handling whatever random thing was thrown at me. I don't know what it would have done to me if I was in the condition I was in 2017 or earlier.
Mm,
That could have been quite devastating. It probably would have put me in the hospital.
yeah,
So this
that's the
goes
other
back
thing.
to what we discovered. Your baseline health when you encounter this thing absolutely matters.
Right.
Your fitness level, all of it, what you're eating. Yeah.
It's hard to it's always been hard for me to imagine dying from the flu, but
Yeah.
it happens every year,
I've
and it's
had the
like
flu many times.
yeah, and
Yeah.
it's like people die from it every year, even in the West. So it is
For
pretty
like,
crazy.
isn't it weird that with all my challenges, to me, it's like, oh crap, I've got the flu, and maybe I spend 3 days heaving my guts up, but
Mhm.
I don't go to the hospital for it, right?
Right. You know how
I
to
get my
combat it. Yeah.
electrolytes
Hmm.
and I get through it. I've got 105 fever. Okay, that's a little high, but so what? Sweat it out. It's the flu. It's not, that's the way I was raised. So I've never had a flu shot in my life. See, there's a difference. Once you
That's
start,
nice.
right, now you're dependent.
Yeah, I've had to
I look
have.
at my parents and I wish they weren't doing it, but of course they started years ago, and so now they're kind of in that cycle of they got to have it, right?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Instead of the flu shot, I just go out and roll around in the mud for a little bit. Okay, okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. I
Kidding.
go
But,
camping and hiking and play in the dirt.
all right,
Yeah.
I got something. I got a new word to teach everybody today. Have you heard of mewing, Tala?
Muling. Muling. Yeah, it's got an L.
Well, I don't know because he calls it mewing, and then the guy who it came from, who's in this video, I think says something. Maybe he says with an L. Let's see. But this is interesting because I've always paid attention to this, how humans' mouths are changing because of our food being too overprocessed and too easy to eat, and we don't have to like really chew through our food as much as we used to have to do. And so there's a lot of things happening with our mouths, and kids that you raise, with all these mouth problems and mouth guards and
Yep.
stuff like that. So let's just listen to this and see what he's got to say about mewing.
Everyone knows what mewing is, but no one realizes
He's
how to do
pronouncing
it.
it wrong.
So I have the legend himself, the founder of mewing, here to go over the
Except
three
the
biggest
founder there.
mewing mistakes.
The most common mistake I see is people forgetting. Almost everyone is able to exhibit perfect posture and function for a second. The problem is maintaining this for enough time. Even me, Mike Mew, can be.
Mike Mew.
You forget. It's so easy to forget.
Your tongue can provide 600 grams of force. It takes less than 20 grams of force to move a tooth. If it is not glued to the roof of your mouth the entire day, then your tongue will not act as the natural retainer which it is. And this moves perfectly into the second and most fundamental point. Most people's palates are still too narrow for their tongues, and as a result, they cannot get a proper suction. They cannot engage their tongue on the roof of the mouth, and mewing itself becomes severely limited. Our ancestors had 50 millimeter palates, and the average palate size today is debated, but maximum it's 35 millimeters. Our palates are literally shrinking. Therefore, what needs to be done is something super actionable and something that has worked tremendously for me.
Here's the
From
product.
this to this, and we've transformed a lot of other people with this. And this is thumb pulling. It
jawline.
works to help mewing, to help your tongue
Thumbing?
by temporarily creating space, and therefore over time, if done consistently, you can become the person you're always meant to be. That is step 2, and I'll hand it back over to Dr. Mew for step 3.
Almost everyone
And braces.
on the planet today seems to have a slight forward head posture and anterior pelvic tilt. We've got a universal problem. We need a universal solution. Everyone knows the answer. Stand up straight and shut your mouth. It's just difficult to do it. Correcting those forward head postures and that anterior pelvic tilt. That is where you go when you get stuck with your mewing process. Then you come back.
And if you want to negate this, you can begin with the RSS method. Release the fascia, stretch the hip flexors, and
My
strengthen
music's
the
gonna
glutes.
get me
This will
hit
negate anterior pelvic
bad.
tilt, shift the pelvis into alignment, align your body posture, and help with the tongue pushing on the roof of your mouth. And if you want something specific for forward head posture, the easiest place to start for most people is to begin training the neck functionally, especially the back of the neck. The neck supports the head.
That's a lot of weight on the neck. Holy cow!
Most people are sitting.
Look at this weight on the neck.
The neck, especially the back, supports the head.
It's a lot. You got to work up to that.
Most people are sitting there on their phones with tech neck the entire day. You need to engage the neck
Tech
muscles,
neck?
and that is how you begin fixing your body posture. The
Oh.
final point is touching your teeth while you're mewing, something that no one will understand properly, but is fundamental.
The teeth should be together, but they should be together in a butterfly bite. So the tongue's on the roof of the mouth, acting as a natural antagonist to prevent clenching, to prevent exacerbation of jaw joint problems. One of my biggest fears.
Butterfly bite while mewing, correct the
One
other
of my
mistakes,
biggest fears.
and you'll take the first step to having more energy, being more productive, being healthier, being better looking, shifting your face upwards and forwards, growing your jaw, rewiring your asymmetry, and changing your entire life for the better.
Well done. Carry on your mewing journey. It's worth it.
Now we giggle, but there is validity in it. As I said, I have braces. I still have my retainer at 58 years old. So I wear it occasionally, otherwise my teeth would shift. But also, I learned Tai Chi in my early 20s. And part of that is the breathing practice that goes with it, which when you inhale, tongue on the roof of the mouth like that, in through the nose, relax the jaw, out through the mouth. That's proper breathing for that. And it does train you for proper position. Yeah.
Hmm. I've long tried to. I saw something years ago about keeping the tongue. Or, first of all, keeping your mouth closed. I don't breathe. I don't sleep with my mouth open. It's not a good
Yeah.
idea. Even if you have to, is it's you need to figure out like address that situation. But I have had sinus surgery, so it's something. And I also like just breathing techniques. To your point, I learned a long time ago: in through the nose, out through the mouth, and as slow as you can through the nose is
But most people don't
better.
know to put their tongue on the roof when they do it
I didn't know
for the
that.
inhale.
I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so I'm
Yeah,
gonna try
it's
that. So like when I'm
and
doing,
it changes it because like, you can get a really deep breath that way, and
mhm.
you're really focusing on filling your core with air, and some people in Tai Chi class, they would be so surprised when they finally did that and relaxed enough to really fill their lungs that it would kinda surprise them. They get scared. They're like, like, "I've never breathed that deep before." It's like, "Okay, you figured it out."
Yeah, that and also lifting my arms up. But yeah, I'm gonna try that because when I do cardio and especially for the first, oh man, when Taekwondo class starts, they do 200 jumping jacks. And jumping jacks are easy until you get to about 75, and you're like, there's still another
I used to
100.
do 100 in a day.
Yeah, this is on like 2 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is. And it
I was
was
doing, like, sets of 10 and 20. It's
I couldn't keep up at first, and my shins and calves would just be burning. I'd have to stop for a minute and do some more. But now I can get all the way through it, and I also try to keep my mouth closed as long as possible when I'm running or doing any cardio. I try to just in through my nose, and I actually go out through my nose. Just like probably shouldn't, but it's a weird description. I don't know how to describe it. I'll have to think about it next time I do some cardio and then get back to you because there's something about it like I feel like I can go longer. Like I'm like until I have to resort to opening my mouth to really exhale faster. And even then I'm still trying to breathe in my nose and out through my mouth. And then
Yep.
towards the end, if I'm really hurting, I start breathing in through my nose and mouth because I learned that technique from a singer at when I went to this. I did a review for this.
It's related to circle breathing,
Yeah, like the
right?
way
Yeah.
singers like I asked the man, and no offense to big people, but I asked him, I was like, there's some larger people on stage. How are they able to keep up for that long and have that kind of sound? And he said it's all in breathing techniques and how they can actually inhale through both chambers to get as much in as they can quickly and exhale. So it's not so much cardio; it's more just about breathing. And I'm like, well, that would still be helpful in a cardio sense too, like knowing how to really get the airflow faster and use your
Yeah.
diaphragm longer and be able to hold your breath longer and all those things. Anyway, I
When
know this
I'm
we're
when
off.
I'm training, which I am now, I'm back in it, um, walking and running both, one of the things that I work very hard on is keeping the same, um, metered pace with
420. Cheers, everybody.
inhale and exhale.
Hmm.
So, like, you automatically tend to wanna breathe faster, but I make sure that I'm breathing deeply, which slows my breathing down. As long as I'm not, oxygen depriving myself, at a certain point, you do need to breathe faster, but I try to slow it down. That's part of the way that I train for the way you need to breathe for high altitude hiking. So,
The lower your heart rate, you can keep your heart rate, the better when you're
yeah, that's part of the purpose of it,
yeah.
yeah.
Well, we kind of got off topic, but yeah, like someone Lila Rose says, remind yourself not to clench or to unclench your jaw before falling asleep.
Well,
Excuse me.
yeah, arms over, yeah, so in Tai Chi, some of the warm-ups, for example, is inhale, right? Bring your arms back and drop them down, and also back forward. So, yeah, you're raising your arms when you inhale. Yeah, that's a part of it. Yeah.
because you have two entries in each side, and one's lower, one's higher, and that higher one gets kind of closed off a little bit from our slouching like muscles and upper
Yeah,
body.
I regularly have to catch myself. I'm like, "Nope, slumping."
Right.
You know?
Trust me, I had to for, and I'm not. I try to remind myself all the time too about my posture. But when I had a broken collarbone, that I had this like harness on me that pulled my shoulders back, for
Yeah,
6 months. Like it was a
that's a
forcible
painful
thing.
break.
Oh yeah,
And
I was
this is a
young.
hypermobility problem. My core is not strong enough yet, and so I tend to do this, because I'm looking if I don't have proximal stability, if I have proximal stability, like I'm pressing against something, leaning against something, then I can stand up straighter and it's not exhausting, you
Hmm.
know. But also when I'm stressed, I do this, I hunch my shoulders and I'm like, gotta bring them down and back because I've already this month triggered tendinitis in my right shoulder doing exactly that. That's
I
all it
find
takes.
that I'll be leaning over on my with my phone, all slunched, but then I'll remind myself, okay, while I'm leaning onto this table or whatever surface, I can be doing leg lifts. And I did that said that before, but like I did it again today. I was like, you know what? And then I started wearing my weights. I have wrist and ankle weights, which
Yeah, I'm supposed to be
takes some
using
getting used
those.
to, but they take some getting used to. But I took them on a walk today and ran for a little bit. That's pretty rough, but then got back to a good pace of walking, and it feels good. I want to get a vest. I do want to get a vest.
Yeah, I
Um,
like working with that. But I will tell you this, my mentor is actually a certified trainer, and he was the one who said, "Forget about the vest for now." He goes, "You need to be using the ankle weights." I'm like, "Why?" He goes, "You'll see." I'm like, "What? That's ominous." So
I'm guessing. I don't know. I can't read his mind, but I'm guessing because even though just the ankle weights are rough to start with, the vest is probably worse. But I'm guessing the vest is even
well,
more.
it's different when the weight is there rather than weighting down your whole body at the core. You're making those leg muscles work harder. And same thing with carrying the egg weights. I've got egg weights. So,
Big
yeah,
weights.
I was trying to figure out yesterday where the heck did I put those because I'm supposed to be using them. So if I can't find them pretty quickly after this broadcast, I'm just going to go buy a new set because they're cheap because I need to start using them. Yeah.
So, speaking of going to buy things, this lady here has a horrible story that we're going to listen to. Maybe I may not have to listen to the whole thing,
Not
but
gross, right?
it's not gross, but you could consider it gross.
Okay.
Okay, I'm not sure what just happened to me, but I think I need to share it because it was really weird. So I just left school, went to Walmart, and my plan was to go in. Today is Peyton's 21st birthday. Happy birthday, Peyton. Love you. The plan was to go in and get her a card. We're going to dinner tonight. Um, and so I go into the card section.
Happy birthday, Peyton.
Let me preface this by saying I hate Walmart. Hate it. Hate it, hate it going. But I don't know if I just broke up
Me too.
some trafficking situation, or if I was part of one, or if I was going to be trafficked. So let me get to that. So I'm in the card section and I'm zoned out. I'm not focused on anything around me, but I'm looking through the cards. I'm not finding anything. And I hear next to me, little tiny feet. And I glance over and there is a 2.5, 3-year-old little girl, cute as a button, little Hispanic girl. And I'm looking around and I see no adults, like none. I'm not judging because toddlers get away really fast. I chased one this weekend. I know that they're fast. So just the mom radar went off. And so I just kept an eye out. Well, she sits down like on the ground and starts pulling cards off the shelf. I don't work at Walmart and I'm not going to stop her or parent her because that's not my business. So a good minute and a half to 2 minutes goes by, and she's now pulled off like a shelf and a half of cards. Again, I'm not parenting this child, so you do you, boo. Um, and then she looks over at me and like makes full eye contact and says hi. So I'm like, hi. And then she kind of gets like, I don't know if it was shy or whatever, and gets up and walks away. Now, it has been a solid like 2.5 or 3 minutes that I've not seen any parents at all. And I've also kind of been in tune to like the PA system that if there's like a code Adam or something, like I'm listening because I found this kid and I've seen no parents. So I was like, okay, put the card down. And then I followed her. And as I'm following her, I realize now I'm being followed. There were two I want to say Middle Eastern dudes who were behind me, but they were probably like, I don't know, like an aisle and a half maybe behind me. I'm not really, I don't know, but I definitely felt eyes on me. So I literally am following this little girl, and she is running, like toddlers run, like arms flailing and whatever, and she's running. And then I notice there are two women who are now watching her and me, and these two men are behind me. And I'm like, okay, so I think I'm being the one that's trafficked. And I think they use the kid as bait. The problem is, how did you get her to start pulling the stuff off the shelf? Or maybe they just let her do whatever she wants, and that's just what happens. Again, I don't really know. Well, I'm not a victim. You're not going to mess with me. So I see these two women watching the little girl. I move on from the little girl. I turn around to the two dudes behind me, and I'm like, what the fuck do you want? And they were like, and turned around and back, and they took off. And so I actually drew attention to the situation, and I'm like, why are you following me? Like, as like I realized that that's what was happening, because it took me a solid like 6 aisles to realize that they were behind me. I am not going to be anyone's victim, nor am I going to allow like anyone to be a victim in this situation. So I completely like forgot about the card. I didn't think about buying the flowers or anything. All of that went out the window, and I followed them out of Walmart because I'm like, you're not going to deal with anybody in here. Like,
my name's Karen, bitch.
I'm not going to let you like take someone out of here. So I followed them out of the store. They get into a car, and then here comes those two women and that little girl, and they get into a second car, and they both take off. Now, as they're leaving, I'm watching them go, and a store employee follows me out because I drew attention to myself. And so as I'm drawing attention to myself, I realized I caused a scene. And so I turned around, and then I realized also, because it's Middletown Walmart, there were already cops there. And so a cruiser pulls up. And so I'm standing there like hands up. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. And the cruiser was like, what just happened? And the store employee said what he heard. I told them what happened, and the cruiser took off past me, like in that same direction. So that's the story. I'm not sure what just happened.
All right. She's not sure what just happened. What do you think?
Okay, so here's the thing. I recognize styles on videos, and there's a way that people who are monetized draw a story out. So you don't even know if it's a true story, and often when they're telling a story like this, it's not. So it's really hard to tell, but it's just the way that she's drawing it out. It's because you know how it works on certain platforms, the amount of time.
And again, they cut off any, or there's no promotional stuff. They're all finding ways to cut that out, I guess, huh? They
Yeah,
didn't
that
care
too.
before. Must be
The
a new
original
thing.
poster, like, I find it hard to believe when I see that storytelling method being engaged.
Chef Mindy. So he Chef Mindy living good from Hell's Kitchen fame just put out a critical video.
Oh, so
Fame.
she was on the
Hell's
show?
Kitchen fame. So she was on Hell's Kitchen. This dude or this dumb broad is known for making up stories on the internet for engagement. According to Grok, you are making up stories. Quit being a fucking prick. No, the claim is not true. The X post you linked to is a reply by Swift Pilot. Oh wow, they're arguing whether it's fake or not. Just a woman talking endlessly and not getting to the point.
Told you.
6 minutes isn't that long, really, to
But
like
but
describe a
it is
story.
in it is in terms of the current type of format. Like, if you're actually trying to tell a story, you're much more concise because you want people to hear it. If what you want is that like, it was this way in Periscope too, but it's the length of time that people are
Right.
engaged.
Well,
And
good
on
thing
some
that
platforms, that is what gets you the payout.
they're not counting all. So all 35 people watching right now, that video just got one view.
I know.
So I'm not paying any mind. But anyway, it is interesting because she's like throwing out, oh, these are
Me in a
Middle Eastern
Walmart, just call
dudes.
security. They're right
Right.
there. Just
Security.
speaking as a household that's an associate, just call
She's like,
security.
while I was making a scene, I realized I was making a scene. something, something to that effect.
Yell security. For those
Right.
who don't know, Walmart has invested in the high-end stuff. You have no idea how many cameras, where they are, and the detail that they can zoom in on, okay? So, number 1, don't be an idiot and steal. 2, if there's a problem, ask them to pull the security camera. They have it all. So much so that let me tell you this. The reason that they're not using the self-check anymore, they started shutting those down. It's too much theft. But
Mm-hmm.
while they were being implemented, here's how they were handling it. People are like, well, why do they let them just walk out? I'll tell you why. Because at a certain dollar amount, it's a much more serious penalty. It becomes a felony. So they have such good facial recognition and cameras and such that they were keeping track. Every time you come here, you steal
Oh,
X dollar amount, X dollar amount. The second it hit felony, they got you.
interesting. Well, then why in Seattle were they just like, you get as long as it's under $1,000, you can walk out and
They
not
were
get it?
waiting for it to hit that $1,000.
But people were just rolling in with like bicycles and bags full, filling up and
Trust me, they were
rolling
keeping
out.
track. Yeah,
And then all the
I've
businesses
seen
were
it happen.
leaving and stuff like that. But the businesses were all like was it Walgreens? Everyone's they started
Oh, yeah.
picking up shop. Anyway, there's a
Was
story.
Walgreens, though.
Yeah. Um. Okay, so this next one is from shared by Savvy, or is it Savvy? The laundry industry. Okay, so this is all about your laundry detergent. Okay, there we go.
Blue water. To you, it's a bottle of Tide.
But
You are looking at $25 of blue water. To you, it's a bottle of Tide. To the chemical industry, it's a 900% markup on a single mineral that costs 10 cents. And here's what's wild. The active ingredient in this bottle is sitting on the bottom shelf of your local Walmart right now in a yellow box for $4. Most people walk
I don't
past
know
it
if
every
this is
single week.
true.
Stay with me, because in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you exactly how to turn that $4 box into what I call white gold, a
White
concentrated
gold.
cleaning gel that replaces every drop of detergent in your house for an entire
White
year.
gold.
Total cost, $6. Total loads, $300. And the kicker, your washing machine will actually run cleaner because of it. But before I show you the recipe, you need to understand how we got tricked in the first place. because this isn't a coincidence. This is design. Here's the secret nobody talks about. 90% of every detergent bottle on that shelf is just water. That's not an exaggeration. Pour out a bottle of Tide, and roughly 9/10 of what hits the drain is plain tap water with food coloring in it. The actual cleaning agent, the surfactant, makes up less than 3% of the bottle. The rest is water, dye, and synthetic fragrance. You are paying $25 to ship water across the country in a plastic jug. In the 1950s, the soap industry figured out something brilliant. They couldn't charge premium prices for raw minerals. Anyone could buy those. So they did something else. They added a scent. They called it Mountain Spring. They called it Ocean Breeze. And after about a decade of advertising, the average American brain started to associate that synthetic smell with the concept of clean. Think about that. You don't actually know if your clothes are clean. You smell them.
You smell
And if they
that.
smell like
Yeah,
that
you used to
fragrance,
smell
your brain
clean.
says clean. That's not chemistry. That's conditioning. Your nose has been trained to validate a markup. Now here's where it gets interesting. And this is the part that changes everything. The actual chemistry of cleaning clothes does not require any of this. It requires three things: a surfactant to break surface tension, a water softener to neutralize hard water minerals, and an alkaline catalyst to lift oils off fabric fibers. That's it. 3 ingredients. Total cost in bulk, under $6 for a year's supply. And every one of these ingredients is hiding in plain sight. Let me show you exactly what to buy and where. The first ingredient...
I just want to remind you guys, I have no idea if this guy is bullshit or not. So, I mean, look into it. But I do know that you can make your own cleaning supplies. For instance, I buy a laundry detergent that is made from a gal who I guess I could call her a friend of mine. I've had her on my show. She's a local vendor at a farmer's market, St. Cody Sustainable. Shouts out to St. Cody Sustainables. She just took it upon herself to start making these products, and I don't use I use a powder that I get from a specialty store where she sells her stuff. It's not at the grocery store. So it can be done. I know this is possible.
Is washing soda, not baking soda, washing soda. The brand name is Arm & Hammer Super Washing Soda, and it comes in a bright yellow 3-pound box.
Washing soda.
You can find it at Walmart for around $4.99 at most grocery stores, and on Amazon for about $6. This is sodium carbonate, the catalyst.
Hey, Diane.
When this hits water, it creates an alkaline pH spike of around 11, which physically lifts proteins and oils off your fabric. This is the workhorse. This is the molecule that the entire synthetic detergent industry was built to replace because they couldn't patent it. The second ingredient is borax. The brand is 20 Mule Team Borax. And again, bottom shelf, about $5 for a 4-pound box at Walmart, Target, or Home Depot. Borax is a natural mineral mined out of dry lake beds in California, and its job is to soften borax. Hard water, which most of America has, wraps minerals around dirt particles and makes them stick to your clothes. Borax breaks those bonds. Without this step, you're cleaning your clothes in liquid concrete. The third ingredient is Castile soap. The brand to look for is Dr. Bronner's Pure Castile Bar Soap, about $4.50 per bar. You can also use Kirk's Castile, which is closer to $2 a bar. Any decent grocery store carries it.
So he's not selling us anything here.
The actual soap molecule that grabs onto grease and rinses it away. 1 bar of this replaces a quart of liquid surfactant.
And you can get Bronner's liquid too.
That's it. 3 ingredients. Total cost, roughly $13 for the materials, and you'll have leftovers from each box that last you another full year. Effective cost per batch, about $6. Now, here's how you actually make it. Stay with me because the technique matters more than the ingredients. Take your bar of a Castile soap and grate it on a regular cheese grater into a small saucepan. You're aiming for about 1 full cup of grated soap flakes. Add 4 cups of hot water to the pan and put it on low heat. Stir slowly for about 10 minutes until every flake has dissolved.
Looks like cheese.
Do not let it boil. You'll create foam that ruins the consistency.
Cheese right there.
While that's melting,
it's natural detergent
bucket. Home Depot sells these orange ones for $3.50.
Looks good.
Fill it about halfway with the hottest tap water you're seeing.
Dip my nachos in that.
Pour your melted soap mixture into the bucket. Then add 1 full cup of washing soda and 1 full cup of borax. Stir slowly with a long wooden spoon for about 2 minutes. You'll feel the texture change as the chemistry kicks in. Now
double, toil and trouble.
Snap the lid on, and here's the part nobody tells you. Let it sit overnight. Within 12 hours, the entire bucket transforms into a thick, semi-translucent gel.
Ooh.
That's the phase change. That's white gold. That gel is
Ooh,
now a concentrated detergent that will run for roughly 300 loads,
white gold.
which is 1 full year of laundry for a family of 4. Per load, you use about half a cup of the gel. Just scoop and
It's a
drop it
lot of
directly
load.
into the drum or into the detergent tray if you have a front loader. It dissolves instantly in any water temperature. Now, you might be wondering, will this destroy my high efficiency washing machine? Actually, it's the opposite. Synthetic detergents are engineered to create suds, but suds don't clean anything. They're just air bubbles
I wouldn't own a front
plugged
loader
with
anyway.
pH sensors on modern HE machines.
Yeah,
This recipe is
I want a
naturally
top
low
loader.
sudsing. Your machine was actually designed for soap chemistry like this before the industry lobbied to change the standard. And one more thing, because there are no synthetic dyes, no optical brighteners, and no fragrance chemicals, this is the only laundry product that won't trigger eczema, baby skin reactions, or the migraines that some people get from scented detergents. If you've ever had a kid break out in a rash from free and clear detergent, this is why. Free and clear still has surfactants. This recipe doesn't
Kirkland.
need them. So,
Yeah.
let's what you just learned. The
Surfactants.
$60 billion laundry industry sells you a plastic bottle that's 90% water and 10% ingredients you can buy for $6. 3 minerals, washing soda, borax, and Castile soap replace every premium detergent on that shelf. A 5-gallon bucket lasts a family of 4 for an entire year, and your clothes come out cleaner, not dirtier. You now know exactly what a $60 billion industry is counting on you not knowing. The next time you walk past that shelf at
It's all
Walmart,
about convenience. You know, like I use the free and clear ones because of
water.
my
Simple
sensitivity.
trick. If this saved
But
you money, hit the like button.
I want to try that.
It tells the algorithm to show.
It's
interesting because that's more detail about the process than what most. He's right. I've never seen anybody say that about it sitting overnight.
I don't know who to give credit to on that. Looks like she cut off the.
Yeah, that's good info though.
Let's see what he
Yeah,
says.
the only soap I use for showering is Dr. Bronner's liquid, the peppermint.
Markup. The video on your screen right now shows you exactly that.
They took off the video. You see that? They took away the.
They took away the watermark.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's not even a watermark. That was a
yeah,
video
it's
playing
good
in the
info.
corner. Yeah. I think it's for the most part true.
And you can get. I think that there's one of the Dr. Bronner's that doesn't even have a scent. I'm not sure, but
I've gotten used to
use the
non-scented
liquid.
stuff.
Yeah, I use the
Scent
liquid
is-
that's peppermint.
Yeah.
So like first of
peppermint
all, it
sounds
doesn't
good.
irritate my skin, but the peppermint, because it's a little bit of heat, it actually helps deal with skin conditions.
Rose, I don't have the video, but if you're on X, I can share it with you. Or if you want, I can play it sometime again for you. But I have it saved in my bookmarks on X. But yeah, you can probably look up that recipe. Sure, Grok knows it by now. Oh, this next one's going to be funny. We need a funny one to wrap things up. Maybe one or two more. This one's going to be pretty funny, and it does say it does actually have TikTok, but I think it's a compilation video. It comes from someone named Lou. Oh my God, this was too hilarious not to share. My biggest fear, or even trying a spray tan, is that it'll be uneven, not natural, and I'd mess up my nails or something like that. So this might have some music to it. Let's see.
Nothing is more real than being about to cry, but you just got a spray tan.
About to cry.
You look like a fucking egg. I just got a spray tan.
Oh, it gets worse.
And I won. I'm really horrified right now.
Oh my fucking God.
Oh, girl.
I don't think I made the right decision last night, girls.
So bad.
Oh,
my gosh, and this pimple is just like really front and center.
Just woke up. I'm about to have an outdoor shower. Put some tan on last night. By the looks, I've slept on a fucking cot last night.
This will not move or blend out.
So bad.
And it looks like I'm rolled in 5-year-old motor oil.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
sorry for me that this wash is off to a nice colour because I am walking around looking like this right now after my spray tan. Also, my hands are going green.
Please tell me I'm not the
Green
only one that's had
hands.
effect on fail. So I put something
That one
on
will get you
there.
canceled.
I cried, so I put more tan on my face because I cried it all off. And
More
this is
time.
everything.
She's.
What color are these people aiming for?
First of all, just look at my face.
And I guess that the nap that I took was such a really good nap.
Her drool.
This
Her drool
is a
did it.
shitty spray tan product.
Ah.
I did want to be tan, but come to find out, I bought the wrong freaking spray tan on Amazon.
You
And
think?
this is the result. Like, look at me. Oompa loompa.
So I sent you one of Lindsay's in the DM there on Messenger.
Mm-hmm.
And she
Let's see if we can play this.
She makes me laugh.
This here?
Yeah.
Wait, can I can't start it back over. I don't see a.
Just have to open it.
This is I can't open it. This is intense.
You have Instagram, don't you?
No.
Oh.
I mean I do, but I'm not logged in or anything on my computer.
Okay.
I'm not even logged in on my phone.
So yeah, she's the one that she's the only one I can stand the commentary ones, and she makes me laugh so hard.
She's explaining what's happening here. I guess I think.
Yes.
This picture kills me every single time.
The cat.
That is the scrungliest little paw I've ever seen. I don't know what word that is, but it fits perfectly somehow. Is he reaching from the underworld? Ma'am, your chicken needs a touch. Algorithm
Chicken.
gods, bring me back for the cryptid reveal. Michelangelo could never. Is your cat? Meanwhile, the cat in question. Is this your cat? I need to see the rest of whatever that is. Your asparagus has questions apparently. Reaching out from beyond the grave. What is attached to that paw? Suspiciously
Oh,
chickeny
this paw here.
The Grinch wants to speak with you. Ma'am, your stick is dry.
Just reading all the good comments. That's pretty good.
Chupacabra would like some
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Your entity seems very affectionate. Take my strong hand.
Take my strong hand. It's my little hand.
Your entity seems very affectionate. You see what I mean? Like, all her content is like that. If I'm having a difficult day, all I gotta do is open her feed and start watching the videos, and I am crying. I don't
It's
know
on
how
the Insta,
she,
huh?
like to be able to. It's genuine laughter. Like she knows how to entertain herself. It's great, and I love that she shares that with everybody.
Okay. I'll give you a choice, Tala. Do we want to see Jesse Waters tell us how Fauci lied about COVID and the cover up is coming
We already know.
Fauci's role was intentional. Breaking a CIA whistleblower. We'll just read the title. Well, that's probably enough. The CIA whistleblower just testified that the lab leak was
Breaking is a
covered
red
up.
flag, man.
Right. Let's cover. Yeah, breaking. It's covered up. Well, we basically knew that now. It wasn't from a bat at a local market. All right, so let's move on. Although I may agree with it, and, Jesse. Look. I don't hate
We know.
Jesse. Jesse is definitely metrosexual and stuff. I used to be metro, Jesse. I get it, my guy. I get it. The hair gel. You got it like product in your hair all the time, stuff like that. I get it, man. But
Can't
like,
picture you like that.
I could chill with Jesse. Probably, I'd have a beer. He'd have like, I don't know, martini or whatever he drinks. All right. So let's move on. So, posted by Loud Outside, a couple encounters a bizarre woman during their hike. Did you see my other two guys? Did we play this? Did I play this for you?
I can't remember.
Okay.
It sounds
Well,
interesting.
you guys sit back and enjoy. It's only a couple minutes, but this is real footage from a couple hiking in the woods.
Where'd you just come from? I took the wrong way. Oh my goodness.
She has a mask on her face. Have you seen my other two guys?
What?
Did you see my other two guys?
Did you see my other two guys?
Your other two guys? No. You're supposed to go that way.
Supposed to go that way.
No. Meet them?
No, we don't want to meet him.
You want to meet him?
Not. I don't know.
If you go the other way, you don't gotta go in the tree.
I don't know. It sounds like she's gargling water.
Blah, blah.
Something over the tree. Oh my goodness.
What?
I thought that was somebody else.
YouTubers have got a question.
It's like Blair Witch Project.
Should I wear my orange outfit with this? With the blue? Oh my
Are you kidding me right now? She's asking people for what? Oh, why am I? Help me! Oh my goodness!
Yeah, nope, I'm out.
Over that? No. She said, "Here I come." What?
Looks like trails in North Carolina.
Oh God, I don't. My pants are wet.
My pants are wet.
Well, you did playing in the water again? Or did you pee
Oh,
your
that's
pants?
crazy.
Man, she switched her voice.
Really fast.
Yeah. Oh my God. She loves doing that.
Is this fake? Maybe the whole thing is fake. I don't know.
I don't know, but yeah, that's a nope. You come out of the woods acting like that and talking about other people, I'm out.
This person says, white couple casually laughing. My ass automatically would have been sprinting. This wouldn't have been me as soon as she mentioned two guys. This would have been me as soon as she mentioned two guys. It's jumping up.
Parkour.
It's a parkour person. They're all trying to get footage
Parkour.
of it. Just wow.
Nope.
That's
Out.
Funny. That's funny. That's crazy. What a shot.
There's a running joke that comics address with this. Like in horror movies, you ever notice it's always the white person who's stupid enough to go towards the danger. The black people are smart enough to run away.
What's that? You need help? Let me come over and help you.
I ain't going in that house. I heard a voice that's smarter than us.
Oh, this sucks. Definitely should be talking about it. Driscoll strawberries. Yeah, we've all probably heard of Driscoll strawberries.
What was the problem with them? I thought I heard something.
This comes from Oasis. Oasis health app. Children living near Driscoll's strawberry farms have a 38% higher childhood cancer rate than average. but Driscoll's can't be
Pesticides?
sued for any of it. Again, I don't know if this is all true, but it's coming from what seems to be a somewhat of a reputable source. They don't
Yeah.
own a single farm. They grow a single berry or apply any ounce of pesticides themselves. So they must like outsource everything, so that way they can't be sued for things. So they are a genetics and marketing company making $3 billion a year licensing plant patents to over 700 farms and taking a cut. Their president said it himself. Driscoll's is not involved in the fruit farming. Researchers identified 13 pesticides linked to childhood cancer when sprayed within 2.5 miles of a home. 98.5% of those leukemia-linked pesticides were applied in Watsonville, California, Driscoll's main strawberry operation. Schools sit just yards from the fields. 41,000 pounds of pesticides applied within 1 square mile of an elementary school. Pesticides linger in the air for up to 72 hours. Driscoll's is currently #1 strawberries in the U.S. Check for pesticides testing on the Oasis app. Okay,
Legit.
so
I
I
did
don't
not
know if
know
this
they
is
don't grow them.
well. Again, we could verify this with Grok,
No,
I guess, but I
no,
think
I just did. They don't grow them. I did not know
okay.
this. So
Uh,
it says Driscoll's official site is mostly a berry brand breeder, marketer, and distributor / network operator, not a traditional single giant farm company. For strawberries specifically, Driscoll's develops proprietary strawberry varieties through its breeding programs. It licenses those plants to a network of independent growers / family farms. Those farms actually grow and harvest the berries. Driscoll's then handles branding, quality control, cooling, logistics, and distribution to stores. Their own wording is pretty direct: we don't grow our own berries. Instead, they work with about 700 independent growers globally,
that's
grown by contracted farms in places like this is the ones that you usually buy. Places like California, Mexico, Florida, etc., using Driscoll's patented berry varieties. Packed and sold under the Driscoll's brand, they are more vertically integrated and than a simple distributor because they own the genetics / IP, run breeding and nursery operations, set standards for growers, manage supply chain branding. The reason this is a problem to me is because I am a California girl and I know Driscoll strawberries as being California strawberries.
right.
Wondered why I was seeing them in North Carolina. So they're only distributors here. They're not doing the growing. That to me is 700. Do I trust them?
Yeah, even if most of them are in California, you still have some all over the country, you know.
They're
And
coming
even
from
then,
they're coming from Mexico too, and I don't like to
mhm,
buy produce from Mexico.
hmm,
That's not okay.
yeah, that's intense. I mean, 700. That's like any number of like variety, like on a scale of good to nasty, farms like
There's no way to know.
that happen to get through the whatever the system is to be able to do that. Interesting.
I don't like it, but I think I need to not buy their stuff no more. I don't like to have to do that because, like, affordability is always the problem, and this is how they create affordable. So, like, Driscoll's is sold at grocery outlet, which is where I buy what little fruit I get. Um, I'm real finicky on my blueberry varieties, but I try to get what's affordable in strawberries. I guess I'm gonna have to get them from the farmers market from now on.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to get more things from the farmers market. I bought a bunch of meat there last weekend, and I still have a whole chicken it's a whole chicken that's already cut up, already butchered, but the whole chicken is still there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I also had these burgers that were made out of steak, and it was good. I got a bunch of these bones for the dogs. These bones are like these huge bones cut up into little like smaller pieces, but you can tell this was this the cow's femur? Like what is this? Just something crazy. These big bones. The dogs are loving it. Little Sprout loves it because he can get his mouth into so he's carrying around this giant bone with his tiny little mouth. It's hilarious.
That's funny. I was reading what Alice was saying there about evacuating a campground.
Yeah, what do you guys have for us here while I get the wheel finished setting up here? A lot of good comments today, guys. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for enjoying the conversation. I think we had some good stuff today.
Well, I'm glad I know that about Driscoll's now. I did not know that. So, yeah, I guess I'm going to have to just diligently remember Sunday, farmer's market, go get strawberries. Because I'm willing to pay a little bit more. I mean, just on principle, if nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, it's like makes me want to go buy strawberries, but buy them local. Like I may not have needed strawberries before that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, if there was a market today, I probably would. It's like kind of makes me mad. It's like how many times I've purchased their strawberries and I don't even know where they're coming from.
Diane was here on the Facebook and the Rumble. Wow, Joe. I'm not going to read that. Grab a nice heavy branch and solve the problem. Whoa. Whoa. He went back to Facebook because Rumble was was not letting him comment. And I'm like, well, you don't want to get yourself in trouble. All right. You're the Facebook overlords. Okay, who's here on the Rumble? Comment one more time and I'll get you on the wheel one last time. Hopefully no one gets sick. Yeah, that's true. Diane says one of my flower pots had a crack in the side of it, and it has a plant started growing out of it. So I took a picture to look up what it is. It says it's persimmons. Persimmons.
Persimmons. I love persimmons.
Oh.
But they grow locally here.
Growing out of the crack, huh, Diane?
I used to have a persimmon tree one of the places that I lived. I had a Meyer lemon tree that was 50 years old, and I had persimmon trees on the property too.
Cheers, Alice. Cheers, everybody. Let's see who's still in the house to give you a little higher chance of winning because I don't want to have to spin the wheel too many times. That's one good reason to give you guys a little bit better chance. And tomorrow night, People in the Box is going to be our last show before the end of the month. So we're going to be talking, and I haven't really, I don't know, no one's asked me, but I guess maybe they heard me. We're going to talk about, I think, suicide and possibly lump it in with depression, suicide. Maybe make it a basket of difficult topics or just the one difficult topic. But it's I feel like it seems like a good time to talk about it before the end of the Mental Health Awareness Month. So we're going to try to hit something a little bit more difficult tomorrow night. And I think it's worth talking about. Okay. Alice, I got you. Lila Rose, Diane.
Yeah, persimmons are good for baking.
Yeah, I guess you'll have to plant it somewhere else. Okay. I see. I thought you would grow. I didn't know how big it was. She said it turns into a persimmons tree. So she's got to take it, like transplant it somewhere else.
Yeah, they do get pretty good sized. They need space for their roots.
Lila Rose says we had a tree pop up in flower bed, and plant finder says it's a cherry tree. Guess I can thank the birds for that one. Oh wow, nice. So here, cut some venison up for dinner. Oh, that's nice, Joe. In the frying pan right now.
Oh man.
Yeah, that makes me jealous.
We're coming over.
All right, I think that's everybody. I got it on the Rumble. Let's go.
I need transporters.
So we actually finished up my list of bookmarks on X, so that's good. I know where we can. I know where we ended at least. All right. Okay. Oh, boots and cats and boots and cats. Do you like both boots and cats? let's do this.
I've heard of Puss in Boots.
No, so like I didn't know of it this way until somebody mentioned it to me like a couple of years ago. It's like we got Lila Rose.
Lila Rose.
Awesome. Lila Rose is the winner. Anyway, I had someone mention it to me, and I guess a lot of club music or techno, it sounds like boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and cats and boots and like if you
Funny.
think if you like listen to it, you're like, oh, and now when you hear it, you're like, oh, now I can't unhear it. The boots and cats just can't be unheard. Lila Rose. Awesome. Congrats, Lila Rose. You get on the game in the game for tomorrow night or Friday night. Man, I got a call. I still haven't heard from the people for the internet. Man, the internet, I tell you what, once I got fiber optics, it has been a game changer here at my house. So I almost don't even want to do the show at the warehouse, but you know what? I'm going to keep powering through because I know it will be something pretty special. I mean, having a in-house, wow, that is a crazy looking spider.
Well, just real quick,
Holy shit.
that comment about Oregon there. There's a controversial proposed ballot initiative called Initiative Petition 28 or IP 28, also called the Peace Act, that critics say could effectively criminalize many forms of hunting, fishing, trapping, livestock farming, and some traditional animal use practices if voters approve. So, just to be clear, it's not as simple as they're trying to make homesteading and hunting illegal. Always got to catch those details. So, I would have to dig into it to see exactly what.
Does it seem like a
Yeah.
half measure or like a step in that direction to you?
It's just one of those things that they want to make it stricter, which I'm not really in favor of unless there's a reason for it, which is probably not a reason for it. But the proposal would reportedly remove exemptions in Oregon animal cruelty statutes that currently allow activities such as licensed hunting, fishing, trapping, livestock raising, slaughter, some breeding practices, some pest control methods. So the critics include hunting groups, of course, ranchers, and many rural residents argue it would devastate agriculture and outdoor traditions.
Hmm. It
I
would
mean,
devastate outdoor traditions?
you'd have to dig into the details,
Wow. Where was this at?
Oregon.
Just in Oregon. Hmm.
But I mean, that's the kind of thing where you've got to open the actual bill and read the details and research what it means. So, yeah.
Interpret it. Yeah, that's the sad part is like you can't just be like, "Oh, I want to vote for that happy puppies and kitties bill."
Yeah.
It's great.
Overregulation is a problem. There's some things that need to have laws, but there's a lot that's over the line. Um, Living in California, I definitely know that.
Possibly Joe, but they've had that for a while to be able to track you on cameras all over the public.
Oh,
Joe
yeah.
says data centers are for monitoring the public at large, no matter where you go. Welcome to AI surveillance. I mean, yes and no. Like, I mean, and to that point, Joe, I don't think they plan to have like streets filled with robots. It'll just be like you're being watched all the time. Like you don't have to have robots everywhere. Like you don't have to have drones, coming to
So
like
You know, data centers, I understand both sides of the issue. And I do think it's stupid that they want to use fresh water for cooling. That's um and I heard the argument of as to why it has to be pure or what. I don't buy that. But the
Pure.
flip side is I understand why they need data centers too. So we're running into a problem with Grok, for example. I pay for premium. Why am I hitting limits and hitting them too soon? Hitting them at
It's not
places where I didn't before. I researched it. It's because they need to install more servers because the load is too much. And so everyone who's paying for it is now getting limited because they don't have enough servers.
Mhm.
That's why. Yeah.
Yeah, but why is it that they don't just build them on the coast? And which I guess the coastal, like the land, is probably limited or whatever.
Premium.
But, huh?
Premium.
It's premium. You're right. So like if you, hmm, they do have this ability to use like a. I've talked about it before. I don't know what they call it. It's tidal energy, but they use like a large bobber that they anchor to the ground under the ocean, and it's being you know bumped around by the currents, and that actually will shoot water in through a tube up up shore wherever, like it could be, I don't know, a few hundred, like it could be past the premium land
Yeah.
into the but yeah, I could see that being the biggest difficulty. And they're going to whatever state that really just needs the revenue, or whatever
Yeah.
corrupt place that just the people in charge or in the legislation, like, oh yeah, sure, you're going to give us how much. The jobs, oh yeah, well, we don't worry about that. I mean, you could paint every nasty, like, nefarious picture, and you can still, to Tala's point, still paint the opposite of why we need them.
Yeah.
So I keep saying space. Like, I don't think it's that far fetched to build something like a planetary ring. Although the issue is that all the countries that it would be over, so that everyone would have to be in agreement, and that's the part that you
Right.
just didn't have.
We're
Uh,
having issues with that already, right?
well, like look at like Starlink and having lower orbit with its satellites. Like, I'm sure they
Yeah.
had to deal with, like, okay, where's the line that it becomes airspace to a country. We can't go below that. I'm sure that that
Right.
would be too low anyway for the satellites. But my point is, like, they have to think about that one. Although, touche, if the planetary ring is at the height of satellites that are already up there, why do we have to worry about what it's under? Anyway, that's
Right.
a technology issue. But my point is, a planetary ring would offer us a whole lot of things that we could do. We could build off of it, including you know elevators that come down, things that come off of it out there, or things like data centers, which could be, if they were in space, would be much colder, and they wouldn't have to worry about
True.
water. Wouldn't need all the water. It'd be very cold up there, and you don't need a lot of people running them, so it's all automated and robotic ran, and you just have it in a space station or whatever. Although the issue up there is with protecting things, everything's getting shredded by space debris. So, Tala,
Yeah.
we need to make our plasma shields at maximum. Power those shields up to maximum.
Absolutely. Then you're starting to think about security too. It's floating out there in space.
True. Yeah. Then you have someone could just destroy it.
Yeah.
Terrorists could destroy it, and then everybody is
Which
just
is why
that's
Trump
gone.
created a space force. We needed another branch because we're branching out. Yeah.
Yeah, if we do get off the ground, so to speak, before we start eating ourselves again, which is what seems politically is what we're doing now. We can't get past ourselves into some project. Can you imagine politics when we have, you know, 10,000 people living on the moon? Like, what are those politics going to be like? There's been imaginings of it, like, of various shows, but one of them was called The Expanse, And it was kind of funny because like basically what happens is, and this makes sense, is that you would think Earth and the moon would like start hating each other, but what happens is people on the moon from one side to the other become very different because one side of the moon there's no Earth to look up out at, so you forget the where your ancestors came from. But the other side, every time you come out of your dome or whatever, you look up, you see the planet that you're from, like this big blue, beautiful, look at everything about it. And so like that dynamic would just create two different types of people. And anyway, I'm paraphrasing it, but it is very interesting to hear, to think about the psychology of what would happen, because a lot of people really
Yeah.
want space travel to happen, and I know we're a little bit in the, we're not really in fiction here. Like this is on the cusp of reality, and there's a lot of people that want it to happen faster and faster. But there are things to consider, like what does it look like when you start having two rival, political factions on one itty bitty space station that's got like 10,000 people on it or whatever it is. Like that's a lot of people, but not a lot of people. You know what I
Humans
mean?
are tribal.
Yeah, it would be
It'll
like,
happen automatically. Humans are tribal. Yeah.
well, I vote for Tala to run the ship. Okay, Tala's like, oh shit, I don't know how to, I don't know where the buttons to push. Mutiny, mutiny. I don't know. This is gonna be insanity. When we
It's gonna
when
be
we
like a
start
Klingon society. You'll have to kill me to take me out.
that might be, it'll things will change, like things in space will be much different because you're just even if you're the one in charge, you say the wrong thing, you won't be walking the plank. They'll just open the
That's
open the
right.
hatch. You're
It'll be
gone.
just like that. Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, humans are tribal. This is no. That's why I talk so much in my teaching about your tribe finding you, because it's very popular in social media to say, find your tribe. I'm not trying to
Yes.
find my
What
tribe.
does
I'm
that
letting
mean?
them find me, right?
Oh, okay.
Because I teach the way that I teach, and I teach from my personal experience, and I present in the way that I was taught to present it, that I know worked for me because it's what I know the best. And I know the mindset of someone who is hopeless and has given up, and they are in that slide in catastrophic illness and injury, and what it takes for some people to jar them out of that. Because there's a million nice speakers out there. Okay? There's a million motivational speakers that'll pump
Mm,
you up. There's a bunch of Tony Robbins, okay? I'm not Tony Robbins. I'm much more like Goggins. I'm going to tell you this is how it is, because there's not that many women, for example. Mel Robbins is the only one I can stand to listen to, okay? Because she's very factual. But even she is a little nicer than I am about it. I don't have time for nice
very
because I'm
sweet,
trying to
nice.
survive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm trying to survive, first of all, because I'm
Can be
always gonna have
real.
to do that,
Yeah.
you know? The physical therapy, I said to my mentor the other day, I said, I'm realizing I think this was actually an older conversation that I looked up and I was like, I'm realizing that I have to do the physical therapy, like, for the rest of my life, and he sends me this gift that's all forever. Oh, ugh. But it's true.
It's true. Yeah.
Okay, so
It's a never ending
if
battle.
that's my default mode, if that's who I am and that's what I gotta do, like, that comes first, I can't serve from an empty vessel. So if that's my focus, then I don't have time for the people that are like, "You said that in a mean way." Well, go listen to the guy I like, Eddie Pinheiro, okay? He's much nicer. He's factual, but he's much nicer.
Eddie
You
Guerrero.
know, Eddie Pinheiro.
Oh, my bad.
I liked Guerrero, he was cool. But, I'm actually friends with his daughter on X. She's a nice lady. So, the if that's what you need is the hand-holding, you're gonna have to find someone else because this is the way that I teach. So that's the whole point. My tribe finds me. They come to me. And
Hmm.
it works much better because if they showed up and they ask for help, then they're already in the mode of cooperative behavior. That already says to me that they wanna do the work. They're desperate enough to fix it. 'Cause
True.
I don't have to break down those layers, and I that's not who I am. I'm not gonna invest in that. You come to me and tell me that you want some kind of guidance, then you made the decision already. That to me is perfect. Yeah.
But can I ask you something? What if
Yeah.
someone came to you and said, Mika honey ho"? Nothing?
Привет.
Nothing? Okay. All right.
До свидания.
That was it's a Pee Wee Herman reference. That was
I've
that was
heard
a
it, but it's
special
been a
year.
while. I don't yeah.
Okay, got that one.
Those who are willing to work, that's those who are willing to invest in themselves. It's not about me. It's not about me at all. And it's really funny because that's the troll accusation that you get quite often. It's not
Hmm.
all about you. You're right. It's not. It's not at all about me because I'm already stable. I'm just maintaining. You know,
Right, you're just
somebody
trying to
else, maybe not.
pass on, maybe help others the way that you've been
Yes.
helped.
Yeah. And you know what? It doesn't suit everyone. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I'm not trying to be. There are some people that it actually does not work for them and they're not happy with it. Okay, fine, cool. But you can also still hang out. Like, you don't have to follow anything that I teach. You can just say hello and be polite, and that's fine. That's social media connections too. I'm not
Right.
trying to teach everybody. I'm only trying to give the information to the people who both need it and want it. That's it.
There
Yeah.
is something a balance there where you may have a product or may have a thing that you're wanting to offer that can be digested by all people, but inevitably you will not be able to please or attract or you
Yep.
know make all people part of your community. You just
And I
can't.
won't compromise the quality of it. That's the thing.
uh,
I could do that real easy. I could like I'm a teacher. I was a teaching major when I was in that school. I know how to do that. I can make it palatable for everybody, but it loses something. It loses the fire. Okay? It loses the impact for the person who's actually ready to flip that switch. So I won't compromise that. I would rather have a powerful impact on 2 people in a year, for example, than 200 people listen to me and get very little to nothing out of it.
right.
Don't care
Yeah,
about the number.
I've had the same thing where it's like I everybody's got to eat. I make content that's for everybody, but I'm not for everybody, and not everybody's going to be you know interested in my angle or
Yes.
my even if I was more of an expert, which you know some people may look at me and say, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about. That's the point. That's the point. That's why I'm up here. That's why I'm trying to make it not just more popular to be more self-sustainable, but more popular to put yourself out there
Yeah.
while learning these things. Because how else do
Yeah.
you network with people, whether or not you're on the camera? How else
You're
do you net?
honest that you're learning.
Right.
Like we're all
Be
learning
curious. Be
together.
curious. Be sponges. Be wrong. Be. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm wrong about that. Be humble. Like be
Make
okay. Like
mistakes.
that's one of my favorite things is that it's so funny because you could look at it as trying to how do I put this, Tala? When someone says is humble, that can be done in a way where they're just trying to look good by being humble. And I would much rather see that than people who are trying to look good by trying to skirt around being wrong about something or trying to skirt around the responsibility of their actions. You know what I mean? Like just be like, look, it's kind of like the fact that most good deeds are not selfless because the person doing them get something out of that, right? And so yeah, you can feel a little bit like, oh, he's just being humble to look good. But if me being humble is saying things like, hey, do your own research, I don't know if I'm right about this, this is my opinion, like I'm new, let me just be curious at whatever we're talking about. And so those are
Touching
things.
into
Yeah, and I think why not? Why do more people not? lean on that side of things when, especially those of us on the camera in the public eye who are out there trying to make a name for ourselves. There's so many of them that will fight tooth and nail to look like they never said anything wrong and never did anything wrong. And it's like, why not go the why do which way is better? I think
Yeah.
the humble, whatever you call it, the clout chasing, the humble side of making yourself look good. What would you call
Yeah.
this? Like, I think
Like I
that's
said,
better.
conscientious,
Yeah, I mean,
That's
both
to
sides
like
can be
we take it seriously. Like I feel that I have a responsibility to the people who follow my accounts and support me. You know?
right. Yeah, and I think being as real to them as possible while also keeping yourself. I mean, yeah, there's things I'm gonna hold back. Like, I'm not gonna tell you when I farted the other day at the restaurant or whatever. Like, I'm not gonna tell you those things. But like, I'm gonna try and keep some of that stuff back. But for the most part, I try to be open about my mistakes. I had plenty of mistakes. Anyway, I'm rambling, so we can get going. Now that I got Tala rolling, it's it's Wednesday, you guys. I got to come up with something for dinner tonight that my son will eat. I think we're gonna cook that chicken, that cut up chicken. I
I
don't know
kept
how.
myself at about 1,200 calories yesterday, which was good. But at the end of the day, I was using ChatGPT to figure out my macros, and I was like, okay, one, my protein is way low, which
Way
I
low.
wasn't very active yesterday, so but my ratio wasn't right. I'm like, not enough calories from fat. We gotta fix this. So I'm in there last night, like cooking up some bacon and adding some butter to stuff. I'm like, we gotta get the fats up there because you're not
Tala's
gonna
wearing a
stay in
live.
ketosis correctly.
You're wearing a freaking lab coat over there, pouring
I
your
just couldn't believe, like, here I am this late at night trying to fix this because I could tell I felt run down. I'm like, I don't want to wake up feeling like this. So I boiled some eggs, you know,
Those are good.
and I'm trying to I'm trying to get back into consistent ketosis, and
Hmm.
it's once you've been out of it for a few days, it's not easy.
No,
Like
'cause you're just
one
like,
day, not a
let me.
big deal, but if you have like a week like I did where the carbs are up, it's hard.
Mhm. I just like will start. I'm self-deprecating, so I'll just starve myself for a good a day or so to like try to reset a little
Kind of
bit.
what I did. We finally went out for sushi, first time in a year, because there's just no money for that, right? But he got a bonus. It had been a year, um, so we went in and did that. And I mean, if you're going to an all you can eat sushi, you can't
Oh,
just be like, I'm not going to eat the rice. You have to eat what you order,
all you can
and
eat.
there's a lot of rice.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a
so
lot of
you know that
rice.
threw me straight out of ketosis. I was like,
Oh yeah.
next day I was like, I didn't eat till 4 p.m.
You can't just eat. So like all. So when you get sushi, I'm not a sushi guy, but is it always like a roll or whatever
You
with
can order. There are certain dishes that are sashimi, but all you can eat places partly rely on the fact that there's rice in the dish
faster? Yeah.
because it
Oh
offsets their
yeah.
cost,
Hmm.
you know. So you just have to be
Fills
very
you up.
conscientious about how much and realize that I'm going to be eating rice. It's going to throw me out of ketosis and I got to get back in it, you know.
That's a
It's
funny
like I said,
game.
it was once a year, so
Isn't that a funny game that buffets play? It's kind of like the claw game, the claw machine at the arcade. They're like
buffet's
relying on.
easier.
Yeah, the buffet's easier,
Buffet's easier. I could go to
but
the Chinese buffet and just be like shrimp, chicken, never mind the
yeah,
bread. Yeah.
that's true. Certain buffets are different, but most buffets are like relying on you getting full from the carbs, and they're
The
trying to like
problem is
trick
I
you.
like the breaded shrimp.
Right, they're trying to trick you to eat the carbs so that way they get their money, and you're trying to skip the carbs so that you can get your money's worth. It's a fun game. Anyway,
Can we get more
so
crab legs, please?
yeah, give me some more meat. I was at a pizza buffet recently, which if you want to like that, like the worst, probably the worst of all types of buffets for you, but also pretty cool. Lots of different types. That's fun. But
Only time I mac down on pizza is at the speed bag gathering, which is 1 to 2 a year.
two gatherings or two slices.
They have 2 now. 2 they have 2 gatherings
Oh,
now.
I see.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
like,
there's one about an hour from me.
can we get three? I haven't tried that deep dish or whatever. You're like, I have new things out. Can we get that next one?
A lot more than 2 slices of pizza.
Oh.
I didn't just admit to that. No, I love pizza, I do. People get the idea like, everybody who's been vegetarian, it's because they hate meat or what, no, I did it for health reasons, and it worked. I got it under control,
Oh
and
my
now I
God!
eat meat.
Do not go into YouTube and talk to the vegans.
Oh, no.
Get mad.
Yeah. Vegans hated me because I didn't fit the mold, and I couldn't even like, originally, plant-based meant exactly what it sounds like, which is primarily you eat plants, okay? But the
Right.
vegans decided, "No, that means vegan." "No, you're a vegan. Just call yourself a vegan. You wanted that word, you got it," But they hated me because I stomped all over it, and I'm like, "I still eat fish." "Well, you're a pescatarian." "Okay, call it whatever you want. I don't care." Once a year I go a month without any meat at all. That was my thing. I didn't do it this year for the first time in 7 years.
Hmm.
Maybe more. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that. I don't know how I could do that. I feel like a month. I think everybody could benefit from a month of carnivore or a carnivore month of ketosis at least a year. But
And
I don't
intermittent
know about the other way
fasting
around.
for yeah.
I definitely intermittent. I haven't eaten today.
Yeah.
Like I have water. Been drinking my
This
water.
is the one day of the week that I eat a little earlier, as you've seen, because I know I'm gonna be sitting here for a couple hours, and if my blood sugar gets weird, I've already handled it, but the rest of the time, I don't eat until at least noon.
I
And
know this is kind of silly to say, but it makes more sense when it happens in real time, where you didn't physically exert yourself, but you did a lot of mental work, and that makes you crash too because you haven't eaten, not because
Yep.
you're out there doing a lot of work but
The focus.
yeah, your brain, you used your brain a lot. Like we're having conversation, we're also doing all of the tech stuff, and that runs our brain a lot, and your CPU is getting overheated, and you're like,
Yes.
oh man, I haven't eaten yet.
And as we now know, the brain is mostly fat.
Mm-hmm. Yep, you're
So,
burning
yeah, I
too
mean, I
much.
at least have to have that bulletproof coffee. And,
Oh, shouts
yeah.
out shouts out to the bulletproof. You need to get them on, get them on as a sponsor. All right, I gotta go. The bus will be here in a little bit, so I better get going. But
Short
you know
bus.
what? Good conversation. It is. It pulls into my driveway. Have you ever seen a kid? You ever been so spoiled that your school bus pulls up into your driveway to drop you off and pick you up?
We didn't ride a bus. We walked.
Yeah, I did. I had that when I was a little kid, up to the first half of kindergarten. We lived in a small town where you could just walk to school with
They
my.
implemented busing when we were kids. I don't know if it was in your area, but in LA, that was a big thing. It was the whole integration thing.
Like
Y'all, I'm
required.
old enough. Yeah, there were only like 2 black kids in my grade school, okay? That's just how it
Well,
was because where I lived, you know? So they started busing from inner city, and so now we had more black kids. This is what I saw. Um, but there was because that program was like an exchange, there was a potential. My mother was worried about me being shipped to an inner city school. As fragile of a child as I was, kind of freaked her out because we didn't live in an area that was, downtown LA, that kind of thing.
mm-hmm.
We didn't live there. We lived in
Used to that kind of.
the South Bay. So she kind of went to war to make sure that I was going to be kept in a safer neighborhood because I was just a little tiny white girl. Like I cried every day at school. Like I was not built for inner city. It's like,
Oh boy. Well, you probably learned a thing or two about a thing or two by the time it was over.
well, they didn't send me anywhere. She made sure of that. But that was also
Oh,
part of
I
the
see.
reason that we dipped out of the public school. Yeah.
Um, I am trying to find this to play as our outro, and this. Okay. All right, Tala. It's been a good Wednesday. I'm gonna try to gather some things up, at least to have for next week. But yeah, we'll see you when it's
We'll have
June.
to play some more of Lindsay's videos because she's funny.
Yeah. we'll see you in June, Tala.
That's right.
See you in June. I'll see you next month, I should say. I'll see you next month.
Sounds so much more ominous than it is.
All right, I'll see you next month. All right, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow, 8 o'clock Central Time. And Tala, you're all invited if you want to talk about suicide. I know it's exciting.
Topic I
It's gonna be
avoid.
good. I understand a lot of people do. That's why we're going to try and brave it and, you know, talk about it. It may not have to be, it won't all be sad. Like there's going to be some interesting, like, there's going to be some happier stories too. Anyway. All right. We'll see you later. Tala, go follow her at First Light Warrior. Go follow her on Facebook and X. We'll see you guys when we see you. Remember, everybody's got to eat. Bye, Tala. Bye, everybody.
Bye.